And we're on air.
Are we really?
It says.
Should we check the YouTube page? Starting soon. Starting soon.
You're supposed to say live. It says live. It says we have one viewer, which I think is us.
Hello. Oh,
Yeah, there we go.
Hello. Are we really?
It says. Yeah, there's a delay. Oh, good. So
This is so awkward then.
I have to shut this off. Yeah, we're just gonna. We're not gonna watch us live because now we know we're live.
So like people have seen us live.
Yeah. So hey, sorry everyone, we're new to this, and that was exciting.
Tonight's the big night. It's Winter's Tale weekend, and we're kicking it off with our Winter's Tale rewatch. If you're watching this, there's a good chance you caught our last shows where we explained how this whole thing works. But just in case you didn't, this is Winter's Tale rewatch night, and I will probably stutter over that a million times.
Because she's been drinking, and she's going to keep drinking.
You know, I haven't had a single sip of this just yet.
Okay, we'll stop.
I will. So the way this
here for?
the way this thing is going to work is we're going to sit here, you're going to watch us sit here, but we're looking over there at Winter's Tale, and at a certain point, we're going to count down, and when we count down and hit 0, everybody presses play, so that technically we could all be watching Winter's Tale together, and along the way, we're going to comment on everything, we're going to explain what's going on sometimes, we're going to make fun of things, and that way, whether you're watching or not, you could still kind of listen to what we're saying and laugh about it.
I think the important thing to stress is that we have talked about this movie and how wonderfully bad it is for so long.
Since literally the first episode ever.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell is our patron saint.
It's true that people have actually asked, like, people have come to us and said that, like, I kind of want to watch that movie because you guys say it's so terrible. So this is our way of welcoming you to the world of Winter's Tale.
To the Winter's Tale fandom, which I guess we're...
But this is the first time we've seen it since we first talked about it, so we're really excited. So I think, is there anything else, or should we start?
Yeah, actually, if you want to interact with us, go on Twitter, and we're using the hashtag Winter's Tale Rewatch.
No punctuation.
So, yeah, talk to us through that. We want to know, like, all the funny jokes you come up with. We want to talk to you about it. It's going to be good fun.
And we're going to have a lot of questions about what's going on screen, so if you can answer any of them, please.
Oh, yeah, we'll give you shouts out, because, guys, this is a community here. So let's enjoy Winter's Tale.
Oh, and if you occasionally see a cat walk by or meow at the mic, just ignore it. It's, you know, it's our special guest.
Right now he's staring us down, but Dewey may very well come into shot. We have our Prosecco. Let's do this. He's over there.
All right, yeah. Dewey will come.
All
right, you guys ready? Who wants to count down?
Okay, you do it. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Play.
Right now we're seeing prohibited sound. Okay, now we got the logo for Warner Brothers, who was good enough to make this incredible movie.
Thank you, Warner Brothers.
How much did this cost? Does anybody remember?
A lot
That's
of
a good
money.
question. I want to say 80 million. Because for some reason, I feel like actually it might have been in my interview with the director. He said they raised 40 million, and then the studio said that they would match it. Maybe.
That's so cute. It's like
there's a chance I might have made that up. Oh, cat in the camera. That was bound to happen.
Come here, Dewey.
Mind your glasses. Angie.
Oh, buddy.
Dewey. You guys. It's okay. Dewey just wants to watch.
Yeah.
We should watch. Oh my.
This opening.
I actually missed the opening the first time, so I'm so excited. There's like a part of Winter's Tale I haven't seen yet.
Like, we discussed this on our show, but the thing is that this movie should have started with a flying horse to explain this is a world where horses fly and miracles are real. But
it starts with a nonsense monologue about
and then goes
destiny and
New York,
stars.
2014. And then hobo-looking Colin Firth.
Farrell.
Right. Sorry. Don't make Colin Firth sad. Don't bring Colin Firth into this.
Don't give Colin Firth that haircut.
Don't give anyone. Well, that's the crazy thing. Like, Colin Farrell, like, if you had asked me before Winter's Tale if there was anything he could do to look not sexy, I'd be like, psh, have you seen Colin Farrell? And then they found it. It's a really good point. Now we flash back to New York, 1895, which do I get to see the baby in a boat? I didn't see the first.
You didn't see the baby in the
Oh
boat.
my god, Angie was some of my favorite parts of this movie.
I'm kind of jealous you could re-experience. And you can experience this
I'm
for
kind
the
of jealous
first
of
time.
myself. I'm like excited for myself. And here's Matt Bomer. Oh my god, Matt Bomer's in this movie.
His itty bitty part.
I like that you Angie missed the first 5 minutes of this movie.
Is his wife a person? Who's his wife?
Oh,
she's the one that got cut from Constantine, right? No? I gotta look it up.
I was gonna say Daisy Ridley, but that can't be right.
No.
No, it's not Daisy Ridley.
No.
She looks like
Don't bring her into this.
Yes, stop trying to drag other people into this, Kristy. Can you imagine? She must have been so excited, like calling her mom and being like, I'm in a movie with Will Smith and Colin Farrell. This is amazing.
Lucy Griffiths, and yes, she is the one that got cut from
This
Constantine.
is one of those things where, like, Matt Bomer is in this, and you're like, clearly you had bigger ideas for him at some point, because why the fuck would you cast Matt Bomer to show up in this for such a short time, right? Box Office Mojo claims this movie cost $60 million. Well, Matt Bomer's not a huge star, so I believe that he was just...
Still, it's just
pretty big.
But here's my question.
it seems like a thing that Extra could have done.
I have a feeling the large majority of this movie was just calling in favors.
I think
though.
so, too.
Oh, that's true.
Now, here's a question for you ladies. It was according to Box Office Mojo, a $60 million film. Though I remember $80 million too, so whatever. But point being, it was a mid-range film. How much did it make domestically?
30? In total, I was going to say 30.
Yeah,
Total.
okay. So you both think 30 million?
Yeah.
Yeah. It made 30 million worldwide. I'll say that. Domestically, it's far lower. What, like 8? 12.6.
Ooh.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean it wasn't a small release. Like this isn't a situation.
No, it's a wide release.
Yeah, you know how many theaters?
A wide release with a big cast.
I don't know. 2,965 theaters.
They were banking on this.
You guys,
That didn't
none
pan
of you
out.
went to see this movie, even though I think we all, except for Angie, I think we all did insist that people see this with their friends. Though we did say not in theaters, drunken with your friends, which is what we're doing.
Hey.
Guys, does it count as psychics when you've predicted your own future?
Yes.
Should.
Sure, why not?
That seems fair.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my god, that's the boat. That's the
Well,
boat.
it's not the boat.
It is the boat. It's the city of justice.
Well, it's like the boat, but like a baby version of the actual boat.
So he's looking at a tiny boat and he makes an even smaller boat?
You're making things up. That's the boat.
Don't make this movie even
No,
more
I know. I'm saying it's a model of the boat.
Alright,
Like-
you guys.
Like
What boat do you think they put the baby in?
We're all connected. Shut up.
no, I was talking about the boat that they lower it down from.
Oh.
I don't know why I needed to clarify
Perri
that.
thought everyone was Lilliputians. I don't know what's happening.
I didn't want to take away from the moment if she thought that they were just. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
This boat scene is everything I have hoped for and more.
It's like, who the hell could have come up with this idea, started to shoot it, and then not realize this is just totally absurd?
We did make a
Fucking
t-shirt.
baby.
Oh, which I forgot to mention. We are wearing Winter's Tale t-shirts. I'll put some pictures. There's pictures of them on my Twitter account at Kristy Puchko that you can see the close-up.
We're definitely going to be posting a picture of all of us wearing our t-shirts in the very near future, so you'll get to see
They
them.
have some of our favorite moments on them. But the one of the rejected t-shirts that we considered making is a picture of baby Colin Farrell in a boat that just says, "He's your problem now, America."
I was 2 seconds away from picking
So did
that
that
one
baby
up.
It's not a
like-
line from the movie, but it's effectively, "We have the title card!"
Is that baby coming from Ellis Island?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
He's Ellis
I
Island,
guess
right?
so.
He's coming
supposed
from a
to be.
diseased
Nick,
barge.
Shirley.
But apparently he doesn't. No,
Oh, he's got his floppy haircut.
What,
No, he
what
doesn't.
was
He's
the
still
disease his parents had?
It's pulmonary. That's what they said. They're
Right.
like,
Because
it's pulmonary,
they've
that's
got
it.
peas on
They
their
have
backs.
chalk peas on their backs.
Yes. It's pulmonary.
I feel like I would not have gotten into America. They would be like, your vision is terrible and you're allergic to too many things.
I feel like if dinosaurs
Get back to where you're from.
were real,
He
I'd be
just
dead
snapped
so
that
fast.
guy's neck.
He's not getting up. You might be right. How did we miss this?
Oh,
Colin Farrell just flat out murdered someone.
I wish
he's gonna
this
make
format
friends with
allowed for rewatching.
I love it.
Poor Russell Crowe. I love how the
Russell
horse
Crowe's
is just
fine.
conveniently
I bet
hiding
Russell
behind that wall.
Crowe never saw this movie and thinks it's amazing, and I'm fine with that.
Well, that's the thing about this movie, though, is I bet a lot of the people in it think it's amazing because everyone in it is trying.
They were
Even
trying
that
really
fucking
hard.
horse is trying.
That
All
horse is
trying.
acting its ass off.
It totally is. You go, horse. You are acting circles around Warhorse.
What other horses has it outacted? There's Secretariat, from the movie Secretariat, where
Yeah,
where we
I
make
mean,
it up.
God, like, what was that? A shitty Lifetime TV movie? What a
Yeah.
horse actor.
That horse didn't
Oh,
even
it
fly.
flies.
So this horse, all over it, this horse who's named what, dog?
I don't get.
No, he just calls it horse.
I thought you said he called it dog. I don't.
He did.
remember.
At one point, they say it's like the dog of the north because I think in the book these are all supposed to make sense because it's all angel things.
If you're one of the people listening to it right now, I just did a face palm because we're like 5 minutes into the movie and I can't. What is going on
Playing
here?
rousing classical music on piano. We also
Aren't
have the
captions
on.
incredible?
They're
Captions aren't.
She is though. She's a rousing classical tune. She's jaunty and ill, and I love it. I wish I looked that good when I'm sick. Like she has consumption, and she's just dewy and beautiful. She can
But
walk
to be
around.
fair, Winter's Tale did not
Really
invent the
do look
idea that
like you said that.
consumption.
It's funny.
Winter's Tale did not invent the idea that consumption made you look beautiful. Because remember Moulin Rouge? She had consumption and it made her look like.
It's true.
Yeah. It's just like a TV thing. People who are dying of other things look shitty, but people who are dying of consumption look gorgeous.
It's not in
Ed
Penny
is
Dreadful,
complaining
though.
that we're not looking at his YouTube comments.
Oh.
You have to tweet at us on Twitter. That's how we can see you. It's too hard to load the YouTube comments at the same time.
Yeah, there's stuff
There's a
happening.
lot going on.
Hey, people.
Oh, this is the part where she gets fitted for
Oh.
glasses that we'll never see. This is actually a really beautiful scene, which is why it's unfortunate that it goes nowhere. Where it's supposed to be about how, I mean, it's a total cliche where, like, because she's sick, she sees things about the world that we don't see. Like the light and da-da-da-da. And it's charming. And Jessica Brown Finley from Downton Abbey is adorable. And I feel like even the first time we made fun of / reviewed this movie, we didn't really knock her because she's lovely in this. And she's you know, charming no matter how many bad wigs and ridiculous things they put her in. But it just doesn't make sense. She's just the tragic dream girl, though. She's the girl that's so perfect, but then has to die, guys, because...
She has to die because, I mean, I don't want to spoil the movie, but there's a long chain of miracles that need to happen for one really dumb miracle that no one cares about. I don't want to spoil what it is, because
Hey,
we're still very
she
early
might
in the
be
day,
a... What was it? The astronaut's grandmother. I don't remember. There's...
but- Is that the sequel?
Oh my god. I would totally see Winter's Tale 2. No one's gonna make Winter's Tale 2.
No.
Actually,
You know, we could make Winter's Tale too, with like little stick figures or like draw it or something.
we're going to the Winter's Tale house tomorrow.
See, yeah.
See, it's cute now that we think that this movie's entertaining. Like, a year from now, people are going to be like, it's so sad. I mean, like, the Winter's Tale rewatch was just the beginning of the end for those three. We're going to have become these, like, weird, like, kind of like crazy cat ladies, but with Winter's Tale.
Huh? She's talking about the look. You see the light.
I mean,
They're
that's-
trying so hard to make the light work.
Stop
I
trying to
don't-
make light happen.
I don't get it. Look, it's still there.
But I mean, it's kind of pretty. I like the idea that she talks about the idea that these lights connect us and they influence all of us. And even though not most people don't see these lens flares, something meaningful. Like, I like the idea.
Is that even a lens? It's like a weird like lens flare mixed with a digital
You
effect.
know what it looks like? It looks like when you watch an action movie and they have to go through this like room that's rigged because that's where the like the tool that they're trying to steal is, and there's like all these like laser beams everywhere. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that's what the lights look
I'm
like.
laughing at Meryl's tweet. So much cat butt right now.
Sorry.
That's why you love the show, right?
We're apparently running on a slight delay between our
Yeah.
comments, but that's cool, guys.
This is fun to follow.
Yeah, so I feel like this is when he said, no, is this when they bring up the dog? And this is like one of his many people of color friends that shows up for like 2
A
minutes.
second. I think there's another one coming up in
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Because there's the Native American guy who's in lots of things from the 90s.
To be fair, he also has
Really?
people. He also
Yeah.
has people who are not his friends, who are people of color. You'll see one of them very soon. He'll be wearing some interesting outfits for someone who is in the 19th century.
Right. I like that we're like concerned about spoilers for Winter's Tale, which has been out since February, and which apparently, well, I mean, no one saw it, so.
I don't know. I'm trying not to be too precious about it, but there's some
But
things
didn't
that I don't
everybody
want
read
to
the
spoil
book?
for myself. I want to just, we talk about it when we get there.
Oh, we're gonna have to. I mean,
We
the
are
biggest
gonna have to.
spoiler ever is one of the best
You know,
things
I read
about
the
the
book is
movie.
really long though, and that's kind of the reason I haven't. It's just because like, I read Cloud Atlas. I read.
You know what? I never want to read the book because in the same way that some people who love a book never want to watch the movie because it'll ruin their perception of it, I never want to read the book because I never want to believe it's anything other than this like glorious like
You never want this
shitty
movie to make any
masterpiece.
more sense.
Exactly. It would ruin the experience if I read the book
I
and
like
everything
this.
sounded
I like this
logical.
little Hugo moment where he lives in the roof
Hugo
of Grand
moment.
Central.
You know, that's exactly what it looks
That's
like.
exactly what it looks
I
like.
tried to make that a t-shirt, but I did not read
I
it all.
never thought of that.
I never thought of that, but I was actually watching Hugo last night because it was like on TV, and you're right. It looks exactly the same. It's probably the same fucking set.
I have it on my iPad because for some reason there was a day where Apple was like, "Hey, Hugo's free." And so
was
Hugo's free?
yeah, it was. Yeah,
Oh, why didn't you tell us?
I probably tweeted about it.
God, if I see that prop one more time.
If you see it one more
What
time.
are we, like 10 minutes into the movie and I've seen
No,
that plate
Perri, I want you to
four
finish
times?
that
There's so many
sentence.
flashbacks to a world they have not properly established.
If you see that prop one more time, what are you gonna do? Because you absolutely are, and I want to know where was that sentence going.
You have to finish your prosecco.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Every time you see it. Oh my
Every
god,
time
we're gonna
City
kill
Justice
Perri by the
happens.
time this is over. I think we should all drink every time the City
Tastes
Justice
like
prop comes
soda.
up.
It's fine.
Now, what is
Oh
this
my
actor's
god,
name?
this
I
shit's
like
my
him.
favorite.
I don't
Which
know, I
one?
can't see
Oh, his little
The one
like
from-
his
from-
like second guy,
Yeah.
his right hand man.
The one from that show with
Yeah.
Donald Logue. He was also in The Departed. If you remember what I'm
John
talking about-
Corgan.
Yeah. Andrew beat you to it, internet. Haha.
We don't need you, internet. I'm just kidding. We love you. Keep watching. We love having company for watching.
It's a dog.
It's a dog. That's what he said. Okay, so for the record, Russell Crowe has said that the horse is a dog. You know what would be amazing if for no reason they just put one of those songs from his rock band in here? What was it called? 30 Odd Foot of Grunt?
Yes, that is what it's called.
I feel like that would happen too.
I feel like that should be. I do Tuesday Night Trivia in case you haven't followed me on Twitter, and I feel like that should be a trivia round. Is just the names of terrible rock bands that
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 one's so
actually
easy.
started.
Everyone knows that one.
That people know that one. Maybe Dogstar. Maybe what was the other one? 30 Seconds to Mars. That's Jared Leto, right?
Yes.
What are the? I'm sure there are way more others. Oh, Bruce Willis had a band for a while.
Okay.
Fairly certain Jeff Bridges does.
Jeff Bridges, I could see having a band in.
I have the Jeff Bridges album, and it's amazing. Also, Shatner's albums are good. Check those out.
Oh.
All right, yeah, those
Yeah,
little
okay.
stones.
But this is where it gets completely confused. Peter Lake is
Oh, they're all
that
gonna
horse. That
shimmer
horse
now.
might leave a trail. Uh-oh.
No,
I
now they
have
like
to-
shimmer, right?
How
Yeah,
far in
there
the
we
movie are we?
go.
Because I feel like I need to re-up on my booze already, and we are very much at the beginning
I'm
of the
like
movie.
trying to slow it down after our last little
Shit,
bet.
that was my phone.
Oh look,
Yeah.
there's like magical shit happening right now.
Yeah, this is that gem part that I didn't understand the first time.
I still don't understand it now.
Meryl suggesting that the horse should be up for an Oscar this year. That's like an honorary.
I thought it was going. No.
For those listening to this later,
Perfect.
pro, Perri has a weird thing with Prosecco where it refuses to not almost spill or actually almost.
Because I want the most in the cup possible.
Keep pouring.
Greedy.
Yeah,
But you
really.
use such baby cups.
I just like paper cups.
That you do.
Because then I can throw them away after and not clean them. Which sounds like the worst thing
You
ever.
guys, this is
Sorry.
the feature. This is the feature editor of the fake New York Times. Pay attention.
Spoilers.
Well, we didn't have to
Seriously.
care about the spoilers.
I think I have that hat actually. I could cosplay tomorrow, except that I would
You
die
should.
wearing a big fur hat.
It's supposed to rain though, isn't it?
It is.
So you like could use it for
Be
that.
soaked and in fake fur.
I think you should cosplay as Colin Farrell because you've already got like the short sides thing going.
Is that
I
really a
don't want
thing? Like, if you have consumption, you live in a tent?
No, it is not a fucking thing.
Okay, just
I'm
wanna
pretty
make
sure that you go to a hospital and you get like pumped full of antibiotics.
We should have had a doctor on
Her-
to ask him lots of
Her
freaking
rooftop
questions.
tent is nicer than my apartment.
No,
it's
internet.
okay.
If any of you are doctors, please let us know. Is this how you're supposed to treat consumption? Because we're very curious. Is this how sickness works?
If you have consumption, is the treatment supposed to be sleeping on rooftops and wearing
the middle of
summer
winter,
dresses in
yeah.
winter? Yeah.
Meryl says the Wikipedia says the horse is an actor named Listo.
Listo. The fact that he says is an actor, though, does that mean is it men in suit? It's just in a very
Oh my
good
god,
horse
do you
suit.
know?
No.
It's just like two men in like a Halloween
It's
costume.
Andy Serkis going as Listo. He mocapped. He had Colin Farrell ride him. He's a very dedicated man. He's going to get that Oscar eventually, whether it be
Deserves
playing a
it.
horse or every character in the Jungle Book.
Ed is ditching us to see Tusk.
That's a mistake, Ed.
Wow.
It was a mistake. No, we just thought
I
it.
can't
This
get
is a better
can't get into
movie.
that.
Hey, buddy.
Well, it's not a better movie. I want to just clarify. It's not entertaining in the same way. And it's
There's an
definitely
embargo, so I'm not going to go into
Imagine.
details, but I feel like Ed should stick with us.
I'm surprised it's embargoed when I just played it too.
Maybe it's not that. Maybe I'm full of it. No, I guess it's not, because if I played it TIFF, they can't. All right. And that my one-word review then is we'll review it next week without Perri.
All right, so now Colin Farrell
Stop
and
rubbing it in.
now Colin
That
Farrell
Maze
and
Runner.
horse/dog are hanging out outside Central Park. It looks like. Because sure, whinnying is happening.
I didn't know that's what it was called.
Dewey cameo number 2. That Prosecco is not for you. Perri claims that her cat doesn't like people food, but every time we come over, it goes after our wine and chocolate chip cookies.
No, he just likes cookies.
Okay, so his name is Horse. It's just Russell Crowe that calls it a dog.
I do think it's supposed to be something about, like, mythology or something, but this film doesn't establish it very well.
According to the captions, he did.
Mm-hmm.
Dewey, you are hogging the lens.
Hey.
Meryl claims that Warner Brothers once tried to sign Scorsese for the film.
Oh, I heard that.
Yeah.
So,
So
that makes sense to me.
it does,
And
actually.
Yeah, it's like a New York movie. It's about, like, violence and magic. Like, you know, magic
It's
is...
about gangsters.
Yeah.
It's not like, you know, the kind of gangsters.
Could you imagine sleeping in that hat?
That's actually a very good question. She's sleeping in a hat. Why? How does this get in her head when she's sleeping in here?
He knows how much he loves him.
Yeah. Dewey knows I'm allergic, so it's fine.
The other thing that apparently happens when you have tuberculosis is that you're so steamy all the time that if you put your hand on a mirror, the mirror fogs up.
Oh yeah, that too.
Apparently.
And you sleep in a hat made of doilies.
I legit, I know
And
we're going
Colin
slightly
Farrell
into spoilers,
comes to your...
but I legit thought that because she's always supposed to stay cool, that losing her virginity killed her. I was convinced. I we'll get to it, but like I forgot that there's like a plot point about poison or something. But like because they're always like she has to stay cool, that's why she's barefoot in the winter. There's like a scene where she has sex, and I was like, well, now she's dead, and I'm not entirely wrong. I'm not entirely wrong. It's just not the consumption that killed her. It's nonsense
It's a lot
poison.
of things. It is nonsense poison.
And here she's taking the ice bucket challenge. And like little things like this, like they could have given us a cheap thrill by showing us a little backside, but no, just
That is some really nice, like, interior design porn, though, because that is a
That
fucking
is true.
sweet bathroom.
this is not the house we're seeing tomorrow. Though, for the record, if anyone knows where this house is, I'd go there too.
Yes. Oh my god, it is.
Is that
pretty.
a real thing?
A real tub situation?
No.
I feel like if you had enough money,
No.
you could make it a thing, and they're very rich, so sure.
Someday.
Why not? I would. It looks like almost like a tiny swimming pool.
It does.
Instead of its own.
But it's, I like the little shower detachment thing though.
I don't know. This is one thing I'm not going to criticize about the movie, because if I was as filthy rich as that family,
Oh, yeah.
I would absolutely have that tub.
I would totally have a stone tub that is like 6 feet deep. I'm fine with it. Well, there we go. Now she doesn't make a handprint. It's fine now. Oh god, and like this.
Oh my god,
cute,
you guys, one of my
cute
favorite
charming.
lines is gonna come up. It's the one that was in the trailer, where she's like, "What's the best thing you ever stole?"
I don't think I've stolen it yet.
You can't do it. You can't give it the same gravitas that he
No,
gives it.
I'm not.
Mm-mm.
I'll admit I'm not as sexy as Colin Farrell. Oh boy.
Oh, the door just magically opened on its own. I'll go back to picking this lock.
Rousing classical music.
That's awkward.
Camera won't see you, the microphone. So, because you guys couldn't actually see this, and you're never going to because we're nice people, Perry's sister just ran by behind the camera in a towel, so you missed out. That's what you get for living in your apartment while we're here. So who else has big eyebrows like Colin Farrell but is still sexy? Because I feel like big eyebrows are not so much a thing.
Peter Gallagher.
Ooh, good call. Yeah.
Well, Jennifer Connelly has the
Jennifer
most intense
Connelly
eyebrows
does.
I've ever seen.
I like big eyebrows a lot.
Lily Collins.
Lily Collins' eyebrows are to die for. They're like old school Audrey Hepburn big. I mean, appreciate it as a girl with bushy brows.
You don't have bushy brows.
They're not as bushy as theirs. A makeup artist told me that. She was kind of rude.
I wish I had bushier brows.
She was like yelling at me about over plucking, and I don't pluck my eyebrows, but she's like, "Do you pluck your own brows?" And I just lied and said yes because makeup artists get mad when you don't pluck your brows. And they're just like, "You're overdoing it." And I was like, this is just the way they're shaped. I don't know what to tell you. And then I had to go pretend I was
She's like a fucking blob sitting at that piano right now.
Yeah, like, and that's funny because this is supposed to be the moment where, like, he has a gun, he's broken into her house, she looks like a disaster. Love.
She's gonna offer him a cup of tea.
I was just robbing the place. Man.
It's interesting to just read the dialogue like that.
I mean, and the thing is, they really are trying. Like, he's charming in this. I just can't get past the idea that it's not cool. I'm gonna say maybe no matter how sexy the assailant is, when someone breaks into your home and is like, "Oh, hey, you're pretty. I was gonna rob the place, but let's hang out."
To be fair, she was like, "Let's hang out." He was like, "Oh, I was about to rob it," and she was like, "Do you want some tea?" And he's like, "Sure. Why the fuck not? You're gorgeous." I mean, I feel like that wasn't him being. Well, he's being sketchy that he was being a robber. He wasn't being like.
I don't blame him for taking advantage of the situation. I'm going to admit I'm judging her.
They
a little.
probably have very fine tea. Again, they're very rich.
She's also gonna die soon. What the
That's
fuck
true.
does she care?
She's
She just wants a
looking for
friend.
buddy. You're totally right. Oh, you were saying friend.
Well, yeah.
I was saying
Maybe
different
not.
kind of buddy.
She's talking about, some.
That's good. That's classy. I don't know if my mom is watching, so I was like, I don't want to say a certain word. She's probably not. It's probably fine. She'll probably download this later and be like, so.
She wants some wetland stuff, actually.
I actually had to warn her not to read any or watch any of the stuff about wetlands. Yeah, she was like, "How are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm just finishing up something that you're not going to want to read." And she said, "Is it cursing or is it a movie I won't like?"
Oh, the tea is lovely.
But for those of you who did enjoy our wetlands review, I do have a piece up on Cinema Club that's about its grossest moments, and it's definitely. Dewey's just gonna break stuff until we like give up.
Wait till the movie shuts off, and then we're like fucked.
And this is such a long meet cute where they're literally just talking about tea.
The whole movie is full of things like that, though, where like you kind of have two people meet, and then they have dialogue that feels like filler dialogue. Like, again, I don't want to
Dialogue that we can't read because Dewey's insisting on blocking it at the moment.
Yeah, and he's doing it as if he doesn't know what he's doing.
But I don't believe it.
Yeah, I see you seeing us. Mary's gonna Instagram, so you know exactly how distracting this is. That's not a good haircut either. I don't know what they did to him. I think he has that same haircut in Finding Neverland, which is still not good. Not Finding Neverland, that other one about an author who's cranky.
Saving Mr. Banks?
Yeah. That one isn't even named for the author.
No,
It's named
for
for
a
him.
completely fictional character.
Well, that's true, actually.
Someone's being beaten to death in that room.
The mic's picking it up, but there's something going on. Oh boy. A boat. Oh, right, so now he's telling her about...
Oh, did he show his thingy?
So, whoa! Whoa! No, Perri, what kind of movie do you think this is? This is a classy, respectable
Wouldn't it be
movie.
funny if you just like walked around showing them? Now I was gonna say something else that was bad. Never mind. I'm just gonna stop this
I
conversation.
should have just made a shirt that said City of Justice. I forgot what a key moment that is. Yeah, he's trying to explain to her how he has a sad childhood because he came to shore in a tiny boat. Can you imagine someone saying that? Like, imagine you're at a bar and there's a guy who's admittedly good looking and has a sexy Irish accent.
Even though he has a terrible haircut.
Yeah, bad haircut.
And
probably
an Irish
smells.
accent, and an Irish accent he has for no reason because he's lived in America since he was literally a baby.
It was raised by arguably a person who has an old-timey New York accent. I'm not really sure what Russell Crowe's doing. I would say it's sort of old-timey.
It's all fine because he's Colin Farrell.
Which is, yeah, you know what, actually, I take it back because as I just got all over, I'd rather he have an accent that doesn't make sense than have an awkward American accent that is just distracting me all the time. And also, like, she's fully clothed, that is the thinnest material in all mankind. I can't really judge her because she thought she was alone in her home, but it's, like, weirdly racy for being completely covered up.
No, her costumes suck the large majority of this movie.
Yeah, there's, like,
It makes no sense at all. Like, who the fuck put her in that little head thing before?
Well, she also doesn't look very good as a redhead, and I get that it's, like, key to the plot for dumb reasons.
I've never really seen her in anything
Incredibly
else, so I have nothing
She's
to
a
compare
Downton
it
Abbey.
to.
She's so good at
Yeah.
Downton Abbey.
I don't watch that show, Mom.
Or she also gets sick. She does.
But unlike this movie, it doesn't make her look more attractive. It makes her look, you know,
No, it
sick.
looks make her look like she's
Oh,
dying.
how nice of you, Dewey. You moved.
Now I'm gonna come over and get up in the grill of the camera again.
Pretty
Horse.
much.
Worse.
It is weird that he just calls it a horse. It's like, you know, when you're talking,
guy.
you know, when you're talking to people and they're just like, yeah, Mom said this, but it's like not your mom. That's
Yeah,
what it's
really.
like.
That is what it's like. My sister actually really freaked out the guy she eventually married because he came to meet me, and
Look,
she
she's
said,
not steaming it up.
your mom.
I guess Colin Farrell didn't leave her hot.
That's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
She said your mom brought me
Wait.
this, and he was like, don't you have the same mom? She's
This
like,
is the best scene in the entire movie.
I'm gonna say
I don't know. There are a lot of contenders for that.
Holy
No,
shit.
this
I've
is
been
my
waiting
favorite.
for this.
This is my favorite. Okay, so this is the scene, if you're not actually watching the movie, this is the scene where Russell Crowe, who as Pearly Soames comes in and eats a bunch of oysters, and then takes out his rage at them not having...
What's that line?
Trying to fill the
Bald
whole
Eagle or something.
sky with stars.
He rips
What a
the face
plan.
off a waiter. It's amazing. If you're watching this for the first time, I don't know why you... Whatever. Just... Oh, Pearly Soames. No room for Pearly Soames. Such a good name. It is a good name. I'm gonna put that up there with what was Idris Elba's in
It's like he's drunk
Sacrifice
here.
Cost.
Yeah.
Or Stone Hopper of Battleship.
Oh my God.
You
Stone
also
Hopper
like
was
that
good.
one.
The Hopper
Oh,
was
yes.
made me laugh.
This is the scene where he gets so angry that this restaurant that doesn't have owl on the menu doesn't have owl to serve him.
Yeah,
As if they
spotted
just
owl.
have an owl.
And this poor
sitting
waiter is trying so hard.
He's drunk. That's the thing.
Oh my God. His face just split into weird fractions, like
It,
an
like-
earthquake happened on
It
it.
like turned to stone, kind of.
I didn't think it was stone. I thought it was like he had like.
Oh,
Yep, there we go.
You know,
Your nails are drying.
what, you know what
This
it
is
was?
actually
that did not look like a face rip at all this time.
I feel like as an
Well, what was it
artist,
supposed to
sometimes-
be?
As an
I thought it
artist,
was a face rip.
I feel like he just kind of had that artistic compulsion.
Oh my god.
Like he just kind of felt like, you know, like sometimes like as
That
artists,
thing
like, I
did
feel
not look like a
inspired.
person.
Sure. So this is really like Pollock.
That is a
Yeah.
fucking red blob on a piece of paper.
Also, of course, she's red haired.
That
He's
one. You
literally
see,
drawing
Romeo?
it in blood.
That red-haired girl. It is a finger painting done in blood on the back of someone's head, and he just.
Oh,
holds it
now
back
he's
behind
gonna
her.
spot
Can I ask you a
her.
question?
This is the TV. This
It only
is the
gets
better.
better.
Can I ask you a question though? What would have happened if the girl had blonde hair? Like, where would he have gotten? I mean, he's drawing it in blood.
Maybe that's the
Yes.
whole. Maybe that's the whole reason she has red hair.
I'm gonna
just so
get
that
the
scene
bigger
can
version
happen.
of my iron-on so you guys can see, rather than shoving my shirt into the camera.
Why? The
That is
internet demands
the
boobs,
most
Kristy.
priceless
I'm putting my
thing.
nose in the camera.
Do you see this? Like what?
This
what
right
is
here is my T-shirt, and that just happened on screen. That is a real thing from this movie, guys.
that? Is he eating oysters now?
No, I think they're clams.
different kind of seafood. They were very into oysters in the last scene. Yeah, and then here's a different magical person of color friend. Like, do we know who he is?
Oh, it's the Indian man?
It is. He's the guy from Free Willy, right? Am I remembering this right?
I don't know.
Not just dying, she's consumptive. What's the fucking difference? Is one of them, like, isn't that what dying, isn't consumptive and dying, like, the same thing?
I would imagine. So aren't you going to die no matter what?
Yeah, well, they said at the beginning there was, like, no cure. Because the one guy, like, that's the other thing is no one's afraid of catching this from her for no reason. That's true, it is contagious. Like, that's a big deal in, like, Moulin Rouge, isn't it? Or am I remembering that wrong? No, I don't think so.
It's not a big deal in anything. Like, it was in Penny Dreadful too. Like, that was the whole point, that one of the characters loves another one that has consumption, but he's supernatural, so it doesn't hurt him, yeah.
I think Penny Dreadful might actually be more realistic than these other entertainments we're talking about.
I think they definitely do a more realistic representation if, like, someone actually deteriorates when they have it.
Merrill is giving us more fun facts. He says, Wiki says that Will Smith was once attached for a supporting role. Better or worse?
What supporting role?
He doesn't say. I would say it depends. I feel like one of these roles where it's just walking around and telling Colin Farrell stuff would have been a waste. I actually really like him in the role. Can we just say what the role is?
Sure. It's so exciting when it happens.
Oh, so this is a thing apparently that people just know, is that everyone has a miracle that they get to, like, spend. I don't know what it is. Apparently everyone's just born with a miracle. That's the thing. There's this weird complex rules of, like, chaos, which has to follow rules because the agents of chaos can't go north of fucking Harlem or something. It's not in his jurisdiction. I think that's what he said. Like, there's all these rules that they establish kind of slapdash, like, you know, it's like Inception, except that how in Inception where they kept explaining rules and you were like, okay, I'm still interested, go on and tell me more things. They should just, like, please stop.
Well, that's the big problem with this movie. With Inception, they laid things out right from the start so you have an understanding of what you're getting into. Here, it's like they're half presenting it as like a totally human, normal story, and then all of a sudden they're like, hey, flying horse.
It's really wild. Like, and I mean, like, Akiva Goldsman, who wrote and directed this movie, he's made a bunch of movies. I'm shocked that he has.
He's an Academy Award-winning screenwriter.
He is. And I mean, it's not like he hasn't just, like, you know, he's done Cinderella Man and stuff, but he also did, like, iRobot. Like, he knows how to do genre stuff in theory. Can we talk about why he made this movie, though? We didn't know this before when we saw the movie, and it's actually, didn't you, you found out during the interview.
What?
Why he, like, his inspiration for making this movie.
It was because his wife was sick.
And died.
Yeah, and he was, like, really, he was, like, visibly distraught about it, and it was so important, it made me feel terrible.
And it's like, that's, I appreciate the thought of him wanting to do something positive with his grief. I do. And to his credit, I enjoy the hell out of this movie, though probably not what he intended.
I don't think so. You can also just tell that he's not a director. I mean, look at how he covers certain things.
Oh no!
It's as bland as you could possibly get. Nothing services like the emotion in the scene. Like what? I mean, just for example, what was that cut? You know, it just moved from a two-shot of the two of them from the front to either side. That's not interesting at all.
Yeah, it's. No, you're right. It's really strange the cover she picks, and like later when we get to a sex scene that is just bizarrely shot. And not bizarre and like, whoa, you're messing with my head.
That's the worst sex scene.
I think that's why this movie doesn't look as good as you would want it to, because like the set design and like even the costumes are pretty, the colors are pretty, the actors are all pretty, but you're like something about it keeps it from being a beautiful movie, and this is exactly what it is. I think the colors are way too desaturated. Like everything kind of has this cast of gray. But I do like that hat. If we're going to talk about minor points, that hat that she's wearing in the scene where Parley Solomon shoves her around, kind of babu. It's like a Queen Elizabeth hat. It's kind of like a Downton Abbey hat. It kind of makes me want to make Perri watch all of Downton Abbey. I don't really think you'd like Downton Abbey.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Downton Abbey. Her father has a strict policy when it comes to kidnappers, you guys. That is a thing she just said. My dad does too.
You know, when you watch things with captions, it really isolates the piece of dialogue and, like, makes you realize how silly it is. It's like, and the funny thing is, like, this was all on paper at one point for them to go over. Like, they saw this.
They had to memorize this and say it a whole lot.
Aye.
You know, the version of Blood and Snow, just in case you guys missed that part. Whoa. That's kind of cool.
That's totally.
He sweeps her up on his horse and they dash off into Central Park.
Yeah.
The worst thing for
That was totally realistic.
Aw.
There goes your favorite part of the movie.
God damn it, Peter Lake.
Guess where they're going right
For
now?
the record,
Aren't they going to the house?
they are. They're going over
We're going to the best house
For the
ever.
record, though, like, Peter Lake's not a good guy. Like, yes, he rescued her from Perli's son. Perli's son wouldn't be messing with him to get her to begin with if she weren't, like, you know, the object of Peter's affections. And, like, he's a thief, but the thing we're supposed to like about him is that he's a thief that won't cut off a finger to
Look,
steal
we're
a
on
ring.
Instagram. It's from Erlinger.
Aww.
Can you guys see?
Can the internet say? No, it's just a big blob.
Does it look like a blob? Well, kind
It
of.
looks like
it's
something
a Pulp
that
Fiction.
Russell Crowe would draw by ripping someone's
And then
face off.
say, "Can you find these girls?" I could probably draw a blob of you because your hair's so different.
That's true.
I figure it out.
Someone would figure this out. There are actually a lot of, like, it's funny because you can kind of tell how hot it is in this room that my hair keeps falling.
Yeah, I'm schwitzing. It's because the door is closed.
It's fine. But yeah, it's fine.
So,
At some point I'll probably
this
get
is
off
the house we're visiting tomorrow.
Flying horses. Look at the flying horse.
See, I
Oh,
wish the
you
wings
missed
would
it.
actually come to fruition, but that's another reason why it's confusing, because he's just like, yeah, my horse jumps. Yeah, like, she says, how is this possible? And he says, I don't know, the horse. It's very confusing when he does and does not know. Oh, here we're getting into the rules.
Apparently, there's some sort of rule that makes it so that Russell Crowe can't, like, leave
Cross the
Bronx
Rubicon.
or Manhattan or something, whatever. He can't go upstate, apparently, for some reason. It has to do with animals.
I forgot that happened.
Yeah, that happens out of like nowhere too. Isn't it because it's like
Bye,
his
Kevin Corrigan.
jurisdiction, Manhattan?
Yeah,
which is like
So if he goes
Well,
into another borough,
I think the idea is supposed to make it sound like gangsters, but it makes it sound too much like bad cops or something. It's just weird.
It makes it sound like really bored administrative people that are like, I don't know, that's not my department.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds
Oh,
like.
I'd really like to help you cancel your cable provider, but unfortunately, you're going to have to call a different department for that.
That's exactly what it's like. It's like Russell Crowe's like, oh, I'd really like to kill.
Did you ask that question to
But-
Akiva Goldsman?
I really wish I could do a follow. You know,
What's
I
Time Warner Cable?
I should have gone after a Blu-ray interview. That really was what, you know, as much as we pick on this movie, it was actually a really good interview.
I'm not. Yeah, I am making fun of him. Here's the thing. I want to make it clear, he tried really hard, and I respect that.
He really cared.
And on top of that, there are a lot of bad movies this year, but few of them are as fun to watch as these bad
cat
movies.
count,
And
yeah.
few of them are trying as hard. Few of them have so many people giving it their all. Like this, you know, this one they're legitimately trying. So this is the house we're going to tomorrow, guys. We're gonna take pictures as you know and stuff as we can to show and share with you what it looks like in real life.
Dewey, come here.
It's gonna be amazing.
Is that
I don't
the
know
same
what to do
little
with cats.
girl? She was weird.
Probably. I don't know.
Look, here's a
It's
box.
a really freaking pretty house. He likes his box.
There we go.
Aw, problem solved. Now rub his belly.
Come here, Dewey.
You're being a real jerk right now.
That little girl was really cute. She looks like a little Martian right there, though.
She does.
Right?
Whoa. Something
I like
about
her.
like I don't know what they did to her eyes, but
She kind of looks like a creepy
like a
porcelain doll, but I mean,
Yes.
she should have played Annabelle, guys.
Ew.
This is Angie's favorite scene.
There's another favorite scene.
This was another contender for T-shirts. This is a
This
scene
is
where
another scene where people have a conversation that's like where they're talking about something but they're not really talking about it, but not in a clever way, in a way that makes no fucking sense at all.
it's the scene where Colin Farrell and William Hurt are having a conversation about the words claret and claire, or is it
Filet and fillet.
fillet? And I wanted to put it on a T-shirt, but I have no idea how to do that. I don't know.
The sad thing is that captions cannot express like the information.
Now they're talking about whether it shouldn't be
Wallet, wallet.
Oh my god, can you imagine?
I'm gonna start calling my wallet a wallet.
Please do.
Please do.
That would make all of this worth it.
So, wait, tomorrow someone has to like drop. No, when we go and buy
Perri, you dropped your wallet.
When we go and buy the tickets to the park, someone has to be like, oh no, I forgot my
Dude.
wallet.
I'm gonna do that. Dewey, if you knock my computer off the table, we're gonna war.
Wait, who's gonna do it?
I'll drop my wallet.
I'll drop my wallet.
You have to go up to the ticket booth and be like, I forgot my wallet.
I actually don't carry one, so I wouldn't be very useful.
Well, thank you for that contribution, Kristy.
I don't carry monies ever. I live like a hobo Peter Lake.
He desires her in these movies.
You ride a magical horse and just steal.
Yeah, this is the part we talked about where it's really gross because basically Peter Lake is like, I know your daughter's dying, but if I super love her, will she not die? And he says this to a widow, and William Hurt basically goes, no, she's gonna die anyway.
Oh my god, I actually forgot until right now that that's what happens in this scene. That was my favorite exchange in the entire movie.
It's such a dick move to say that to a widower. Well, I know you didn't love your wife enough, but what if I love your daughter more?
Hold on, it's coming.
Apologies to the people who are screen capping and sending us pictures of just close-ups of Dewey's side.
Of course, he's the star of the episode.
Is it possible to love someone so completely that they simply can't die? No! But he's a thief.
If you read this book and this actually happens,
steal just one life?
If this actually happens in the book and it makes sense, because like I'm willing to buy that. It might be like There Will Be Blood, I Drink Your Milkshake, where when I heard people saying that it made no sense, and then I saw the context and I was like, no, that plays, that's fair. Please explain this to me. I genuinely want to understand without having to read the book.
These pictures are funny, though.
Aww.
God, you can tell who's cat people on this show.
Meanwhile, he always wants to sit with you.
Yeah. Well, that's just because cats know I'm allergic and they're like, no.
Wow, the house looks really. I bet you that's a CGI house, though.
I'm gonna be really.
I guarantee you, we get there and there's like a whole freaking like city around it or something.
Probably. You lived with two girls for a while.
Do you think that there's?
Oh, here's where she walks through the frozen woods like half naked too.
Yeah.
Without shoes, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly. Because,
Yeah.
again, that's what
You were
set
at the
is
press
like.
conference with me, right?
Yeah,
That was
they
like a
talked
big
about
thing
that.
that they talked
A
about.
lot of people were asking about that. People didn't know what to say about
I
this
was
movie.
gonna say a lot of people ask stupid questions.
My favorite part of the press conference was just when Eva Marie Saint yelled at someone for calling her Eva. She's like, it's Eva
yes.
Marie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Don't you take that
She's
shit.
melting the snow with her feet.
She's like Iceman in the X-Men, but the opposite.
I want like a medical thing though. Does that really happen? Like, can your body
No.
temperature be so hot
I'm
that
pretty
you
sure
can
you would-
melt shit?
No, you would literally be dead.
Having consumption does not give you stupid superpowers.
It is like a superpower.
It's like the world's most
That's like,
dumb.
I guess that's the
She's-
bright side of consumption.
In an alternate world, she's in a really terrible version of the X-Men.
That's what I was just saying. She's the anti-Iceman. We always thought it was
Yeah.
Pyro. It's not. It's this girl.
Beverly. He does have big dreamy eyes. We'll give him that.
And big dreamy eyebrows.
It's true.
Yeah.
And hideous hair.
Not so bad.
Animals are good.
Colors. These are real lines, guys. This is real happening. I just, oh boy. Oh right, her
She like
starting.
says the.
I actually forgot. I tried to do a thematic. I'm gonna give you guys a little close up. A thematic Manny tonight.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah, they're sparkly and blue. They're supposed to look like the night sky, but guys, I was kind of running out of time. So instead, it kind of looks like a 12-year-old did my nails. But you get the idea. You understand. We made T-shirts. We made an effort.
It looks like the snow in this scene. It's like light blue.
Yeah, there you
It's
go.
sparkly. All you need is
Like, this is a pretty shot. I do like this.
Sure, it
That'd
looks
be
like
nice.
a fucking Christmas card. All you need is her bare feet on your hands.
That's actually kind of a brilliant idea, and I kind of want to make that my Christmas card. No mention that it's Winter's Tale, just this shot. And
Do you
all of a
realize that
sudden
they've been
people-
saying like what is it, star names for like 3 minutes now?
It's a long movie.
There's
You
a
know?
lot of stars. Haven't you heard? People are just trying to fill up the entire fucking sky
Why?
with stars.
Why
That's
does
Russell
she need to
Crowe's-
say the star names?
To calm herself down because she has this disease where if she gets excited, she dies.
Oh, that sounds logical. But like starting to cure it.
No, because he was like when I need to calm down, I like make lists of things to like kind of calm myself down. Pay attention. This is important.
I say she should just go to a doctor.
Would you guys be up for being the new cast of the Golden Girls?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
Why not?
Now here's the question.
That's a better drawing.
Yeah.
Who
and
are
then Oh man, I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't know. I know who I am in Sex and the City because you know everyone.
I've
always
never
does,
watched
like,
the Golden Girls, so I wouldn't
Doesn't
know.
matter. It's like it roughly corresponds to any other show you see with 3 or 4 women.
Rose is the dumb one, but she's very funny and sweet. Dorothy is like the snarky one.
She's a Miranda.
I guess so. Well, who's Sophia?
Sophia. Which one's Sophia?
The mom. Dorothy's mom.
Oh, I don't know.
Who's even snarkier.
That's true.
I'd like to think I'm Sophia, but I'm probably not. And then Blanche is the slutty one.
Right.
But I mean, for the record, that's not a judgment. Blanche was really cool slutty.
It's
Because,
really
like,
awkward that like the first part,
Speaking
the first
of
time he's in
slutty,
the sex room is with
speaking
Yellow
of-
Girl.
Speaking of people sleeping
I
around.
forgot.
It's like if I didn't know what the dialogue was, it'd be like Colin Farrell telling this little girl, like, this is where I'm gonna sleep with you.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Hey, little girl, this is where I'm gonna bang your older sister
That's actually
later
true,
and
because
murder her.
Right now, she's literally like, oh, this is where
Look
like
at it! They're legit talking about that. If you kiss her here, she won't die.
I know. It
This is
kind
the whole
of does
thing.
look like
Maybe he kissed her in the wrong place.
You're
That's
right.
what I'm saying.
If you watch the scene out of context, you're completely right. It looks like Colin
You
Farrell
know-
and this very small child are like having a
a
fucking
little
moment.
bit, a little bit.
You can put me to bed now.
They should also reconsider not telling you like who's saying what dialogue, because that's awkward as well.
Oh man. I kind of want
We just saw a little girl tell Colin Farrell, "You can put me to bed now."
She didn't say it with like a weird wink.
Yeah, but it was in the sexy
But
time.
for the record, if any of you manages to do this move and get someone to sleep with you, please let us know.
Excuse
Where
me?
you go, you can put me to bed now. If that works, I want to know about it. It's important to my life to
I think your
understand.
husband would go for that.
He's gonna be so happy you threw that out.
Oh,
Do it.
wait, we got a good one coming up.
Oh no.
Yep.
Oh yes.
Yep.
Oh, we never see this guy again, do we?
No.
He's like in this scene. And
I forgot he was in this, but for a second, he's not this stitched together. That's disgusting. That's so weird.
It was more disgusting before when he was stitched to the human centipede.
That's
What?
true. This is a good part of his life. These are the golden years. Jesus Christ. He's really good at this. I don't know what I even say. The dark room. Pearlie's talking. Someone's talking. Who is it?
Look, all of a sudden it's Husband's talking.
What is he reading?
It was like a brief history.
That
of
is
time,
like
something
the
that. Something
chicest
very
room
old, though.
ever.
I don't remember what it was. So he's here for bureaucratic reasons.
Yeah.
He wants to request like
It's a red tape meeting.
He wants to get permission to travel north of the city. The words like jurisdiction are involved, and yeah. Yeah, it's told you.
And
Brief history of time.
Yep. And it's Will Smith wearing
An earring.
diamond hoop
Two earrings.
diamond hoop earrings, and a Jimi Hendrix T-shirt and a blazer
And like blue jeans.
in turn of the century New York. And blue jeans, right?
That was probably a deal. Let me wear my own comfortable pants.
I get to wear what I want.
He's the warden. So Russell Crowe, they're explaining right now. He's the warden of Manhattan and the 5 boroughs. But now he thinks the human is gonna use a miracle. So he wants to get Will Smith to like sign his permission slip to go to go upstate. Okay, I realize. See, this is what I mean. Like I just explained. They just explained it. I just explained. It doesn't make any more sense.
And there's that picture
He's
again.
just flashing that picture to
Will
everyone.
Smith knows though. He's like that could be anyone.
God. I mean, and like, here's the thing. They're kind of hinting that they've had a discussion before about a red-haired girl, but we weren't privy to it, so none of this makes any damn sense.
I still think there's like a demon somewhere running around using his urine to draw like yellow-haired girls. This girl! This girl! He's just like
Now I
drawing
love my mouth
this
so
stuff.
I don't even know what happens when someone has brown hair.
Oh
happen in wetlands. Oh God, you're right. Very deadly.
Because like it almost came out.
Oh God. So I have to say though,
Should happen.
This is amazing, guys. We are communing with the movie. Russell Crowe just said shit happens. He understands. This is incredible. I really want to watch this with Russell Crowe.
What, like with Russell Crowe? I would be doing other things.
I would love to
with
hear a
Russell Crowe.
totally honest like DVD commentary from the cast.
That'd be amazing.
It would be amazing.
I feel like Russell Crowe would defend it and be like, maybe you didn't get it, and I'd be like, fair, go on. I want to know all about it. But here's the thing, I really do like Will Smith in this. Like, no shade, no joking. I genuinely think he's really interesting as a Jimi Hendrix t-shirt wearing devil. I like it. I kind of wish he would allow himself to do more things like this.
No, I'm with you, because Will Smith is, like, he's one of those people, like, he has such a tight hold over his image, and he only seems to, like, want to do certain kinds of things. And this is, like, genuinely, like, oh, I don't see Will Smith do this that fucking often.
You
And
can
it's inspired
totally
casting.
tell
It's, like,
that
very
shadow.
unexpected. It's very strange, and
Whoa.
he's really committed
I forgot
to
that
it.
happened. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yep.
He just grew angry teeth.
That's like a weird scene cut there though, but
Yeah.
did you see the shadow also in the back? I just
I liked
noticed
it.
it got bigger and bigger and bigger as the
Yeah.
scene progressed. That was actually kind of cool. And you know, I do like that effect that they did with
Yeah.
all of a sudden the teeth come out.
No,
It's kind of good.
Will Smith is one of the parts of this movie that is like it's a little like WTF, but it's also like
Well,
genuinely really good.
I feel
It
like
works for me.
people didn't enjoy it the way that they intended for, you know, us to enjoy it. Like I think it's like so campy, that's what makes it fun and good, but I think they meant it a little more
They
seriously.
meant it so earnestly. It's just
everything.
I
honestly.
do think that they're.
Oh, her father says dancing will kill her. She lives in that like town from Footloose.
Dancing.
Dancing's a metaphor, and he's right.
What's that a metaphor for, Kristy?
I'm gonna go away. I'm gonna walk over, slide off camera. Oh man. She's wearing a coat now. That's something. Why is she wearing a coat? I thought that she was so warm that her feet will literally melt the snow she walks on. Why do you need a coat for that? This is like the sexy daddy's, like, you know, her daddy and like her boyfriend are in the boiler room. This is weird too, right? So this is where I wrote in my notes, hot boiler fixing action, because they're told that the boiler is broken and it might blow up the whole house, so they have to get out. So of course Peter Lake is like, I'll just go down in the basement, whatevs. And the dad, they're having an argument where he's basically saying like, you need to leave. You have 2 daughters, and the dad's like, kind of like, I'm gonna go down with the ship, which. You have 2 daughters. Like, I understand the house is important to you, and that you built it with your wife.
He's gonna go down with a ship because there's a boiler. Like, fix the fucking boiler. Like, the house isn't gonna explode.
Well, he's trying to fix the boiler, but he's basically risking himself and, you know, frankly, the safety of his daughters. Because, like, they've not established there's anybody else to take care of them.
That's true.
He needs to raise his youngest so she can be the oldest ever editor of some made-up paper.
This shit also just felt so incredibly dramatic.
The boiler room?
Yeah, I think
It's dramatic.
I
It
guess 'cause
literally
you-
might explode.
I don't know. I never got that
Do you
impression.
kind of feel like
and
now
I
they're gonna?
and I still don't. Like I can practically see them just like shaking their hands, you know?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So does anyone else feel like they're
It's
about to
so
give each other a
hokey
look
looking.
and start making out? See? Meaningful Glenn.
Guys, if you've written this fan fiction, please
It's
send
like-
it to
it's
Angie.
like that, like-
No,
like
at
those-
AJ
please
Han.
don't,
Please don't.
Those shots
We
even
talked about
develop
this.
like the camera's just like, let's shake it and make it look like, look, it's like the camera's shaking and nothing's
Yeah.
really happening. Like, look at that. That's not
Here,
how
I
it
have
should
an idea.
look.
Hey guys, you know what it's like? Oh, 1 sec. I don't want to give boom shots.
Wait, alright, ready?
We're fixing the boiler! Was that good for you guys? Because it was amazing here.
Surely.
You didn't even move. You're supposed to do Star Trek. I should have given better direction. To the left! To the right!
See? Directing is not so easy. It's
Yeah.
not walk Akiva going.
You're right. I'm sorry, Akiva.
Yeah, that's
See,
actually,
I told you.
It's
I
a-
told you.
it's
Passionate
pretty,
praise.
it's a pretty intense
Nothing
number.
turns on men more than fixing a boiler room together.
Yeah.
Oh, she's got
I
one of
can't
those
get
stupid
on.
hats now.
How old is she supposed to be? Because she looks like she's too old for this nonsense.
No, she's not. She's like 7.
She's like, yeah, I was gonna say like 8.
How old did you think she was? Like 13?
Were you so bad? I don't know.
7? 7-year-olds can get away with everything.
Like,
Yeah.
Okay, like how old kids are is like dog breeds to me. Like I just can't tell.
Yeah, I can't either. I don't have any. Kids or dogs.
I just realized it was probably okay. Sorry guys, it's true. If you have children, I have no idea how old they are.
That kid's definitely only like 7.
Yeah, no, but I think do 7-year-olds
I have
still
a cat,
do
I
this?
know.
Do they still ask to get picked up?
Kristy, maybe your family didn't hug you after you were 7.
Well, I was like
Others-
4 feet. I was like 2 feet tall till I was like 10. So like I got picked up forever. But I mean, anyone who's met me in real life knows it's not that different now. That's actually true. Max picks me up every time he sees me. That's just how things happen.
Oh. We're the same height, isn't it? To me, or Perri, I don't think.
Apparently, you guys aren't lovable enough.
Apparently not.
Ouch.
Alright,
Which
so...
golden girl got picked up the most? Definitely Sophia. She was the tiniest. I'm the Sophia. Done.
We're gonna have to work on this. So this is where they... So I guess the poison
right.
just makes her heart beat faster?
It's something like the poison will only work if she gets excited. Which you might ask, why not just give her poison that kills her regardless?
You might ask that, but that would make too much fucking sense. Was it worth it becoming human?
Right. So Pearly Psalms is asking an angel who became human. So basically, Nicolas Cage, they should have cast Nicolas Cage.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! The only thing that could have made this movie better is if Nicolas Cage is in it.
Perry, why didn't you ask that question? I didn't do it
If Nick Cage was
Yes. Actually, to be
Well-
fair, once he had dropped the wife thing, I feel like it would have been hard to be like, okay, yeah,
I
so
feel
anyway.
like we could only pick from people that he worked with.
Yeah, probably. Well, Nicolas Cage, you probably could give him like a hot meal and he would come.
That's true. What's that new movie he's in with Hayden Christensen that looks totally
Oh,
ridiculous? Like
God.
the samurai movie?
I don't know.
They're
Oh,
not samurai, they're in
shit.
China. Samurai are
Alright.
Japanese.
I don't know what they are, but it looks absurd.
If Nick Cage is in it, I'll go.
Oh, he's in it.
Give me a chance and you'll melt all the snow in the world, is what Colin Farrell just said. Sexy.
Also try that. And if that gets you
If you-
laid,
if
not
you
slap in the
isolate
face. You know,
these
even if it gets you
lines-
both.
If we get the bigger...
I really want Winter's Tale lines to work for people. There's definitely like a trend piece out there for like taking lines from terrible movies and seeing if they can get you laid. I'm not gonna write it, but I'm sure there are people out there that would be. I'm a married lady, so.
I wish we were allowed
should
to
make
pause
us
and
do it.
rewind here.
Oh, thanks.
I feel like that'd be amazing. And you know, you're writing the story, so you know he wouldn't cheat on you, because then you would know about
So
it.
what's he supposed to do? Just get to like the edge of a bed and be like, well, my job here is done, and walk away?
No, I think you guys should go to bars and you'll lurk in the corner and take notes, and then he will go out to women and try Winter's Tale lines on them. I like this
They're
idea.
drinking Prosecco too.
You have a husband. You can try this out.
Maybe I will.
Look out for Greg, ladies. He's coming at you with Winter's Tale lines. So he stole a chocolate.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
That
and
becomes
he finds
not really
Oh.
important, but it's a thing that is referenced again later.
How long does chocolate last?
Not 100 years.
Probably not, right? You know honey doesn't spoil?
Yeah, I know.
Alright.
I didn't mean it to sound snarky. I just already knew that.
Angie's totally unimpressed by what I have. I learned that on the Today Show, but Angie just knows things.
Yeah, so this is when he puts in a poison that, instead of just, as you pointed out, using regular ass poison that will kill you no matter what happens next, he uses poison that will only work if she gets excited. So he's actually like relying on Colin Farrell sleeping with her for this plan to work.
Okay, so I guess inspired by our Nick Cage comment, Meryl wants to know if we swap out any actor with any other actor for this movie, who would it be?
What does that even mean?
I
Like,
think
we
it's
could
like-
recast one of the roles?
Yeah. If our dream casting
I would make Betty White the grandmother.
No.
Yeah, because
I like
I'd
it
love to
crazy.
see her do that scene in The Office at the end
That's true.
and
that
like
would be
make
funny.
it funny.
No slight to Eva Marie.
No, but I mean like
who I'm sure
I mean
is
like
watching.
deliberately make it funny,
Right.
not like
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to act the scene out.
let's see, who would I like?
I'm already running low on Prosecco.
I'm pretty sure there's like 5 more bottles in the
I have
fridge.
a lot.
That's just how Perry rolls, guys.
There always has to be a bottle of Prosecco in this fridge.
Mm-hmm. Like, you know those lists that are like 5 things you can't live without? Legit, Prosecco is on that list, and Perri will not live without it.
Prosecco, Dewey, laptop,
You guys, are we sure that we
Mondo
don't...
posters. I feel like you need a food in there. I'll put peanut butter in there.
Oh, peanut butter's a good pick.
I have a
Wait,
good
you guys.
list right there.
I know that was solid. Something just occurred to me, though. Are we sure these glasses don't have poison in them? That if we get too excited by winter's hail, it'll kill us? I don't know if we're risking that. Let's see. I feel like I would replace Jessica Brown Finley. She's lovely in this, but I would kind of it'd be fun to play someone who just does.
I have a good one.
Who?
I would replace Russell Crowe with Sean Bean. And have him just like...
Russell Crowe in it. He's so...
I
do
mean,
like Russell Crowe.
I like
in
the
it.
idea of Sean Bean just being like, I'm gonna kick everyone's ass.
I kind of do love that idea. That could make this actually kind of good. Like, no offense to Russell
It
Crowe.
would not make it good, and you know that. The problem with this movie is not.
Oh, I didn't mean it like
know.
it make it good. I just
Russell-
meant it like it make it fun.
Sean Bean is like so good at being intense. I like it. I'm trying to think of like a girl that would be good for Chris Finley to just make it like who's like a lady Nick Cage.
No, I have an idea. We should replace her with Sean Bean, because Sean Bean always dies anyway. That's a good idea.
Point.
I would watch that movie.
Wait,
You wanna-
you want
so
to
you
replace
wanna
her with a girl for what purpose?
I want to replace her with
I
Sean
want,
Bean.
like-
Kristy wants to replace her with
I
her.
want like a lady Nick Cage. Who would that be?
Lady Nick Cage?
I mean, I know that's a hard.
No one, because of sexism, if any lady made that many bad movies, they wouldn't have a career.
Oh man, who's like a young?
God, that's so true.
Yeah.
Rachel McAdams is a good actress that makes terrible movies.
I mean, that's said for a lot of people. But Rachel McAdams is quite charming. I feel like that it would kind of that'd be a lateral move.
I just imagined Katherine Heigl in the role.
Wait.
Maybe wants to help
Wait.
Oh, that'd be bad. Also, like her trying to act as if she's just like this young maiden would be rough too. You just like
Oh.
stop.
Oh, okay. I think we're talking too much over the very.
Oh, right.
tender
This-
scene.
Oh, it's
happening.
sexy time.
Yep.
I feel like I'm wearing more clothes in this sex scene than she is.
Did they
Why
just
would-
magically
not be
became
wearing clothes in
undressed?
Sex scene.
They just undressed in a fade.
Wait,
I
I meant
don't
the opposite.
understand what you said.
I meant the
at all.
opposite. I feel like you're seeing. I feel like right now you're seeing more of my skin than we see of hers in this sex scene. That's what I meant. Guys, we're doing this while drinking for thematic reasons.
Well, this is covered like someone who is a new director who's probably like afraid to be like, pull it down a little bit,
I don't, and we went over this. I don't need to see nudity, but this is so weird looking.
Oh,
It's all just
you know what it
close-ups
is?
from like literally the here up.
The problem is that this is a sex scene where we can assume his penis is in her vagina, but they're not really moving. They're just kind of like, breathing heavily and looking at each other while being still, which I don't know if I'm giving too much away, but in my experience,
Wow,
Spoilers on sex.
I've
that's
got to
not
say,
it.
I've never really thought about it like that. But
Did
when
you not ever notice that?
But when you say that, and now that I'm looking at them, I'm like, what? This doesn't make sense.
No.
It
What was
doesn't work
crazy?
like that.
He literally like sticks it in her, and then they just kind of like kind of hover over each other, breathe heavily, like smile at each other, and that's like what they think sex is. It's so weird. Again, am I giving too much away if I admit that that has not been my
I would kind
experience?
of love to see like a compilation of the worst, like the most.
Now it's over without them having
inaccurate
done anything.
Well, she made weird faces, so I guess that was good for everyone.
Oh my God, was that the?
There were a lot
Oh,
of fades in it, too.
wait,
You don't
wait,
know what
wait.
happened in between
There are
those.
fades. Maybe
Does-
she orgasmed during a fade.
Does that mean that
Yada
sad,
yada
No.
orgasms.
Hold on, this is important. Is that sad, pitiful thing the only orgasm she's had in her entire? Oh my
Yep,
God.
that's it, guys.
That's just so sad.
I mean, to be fair, she slept with someone that looks like Colin Farrell, which we have not.
I
So-
know, but he is apparently terrible in bed.
Point Beverly.
Oh, that just seems so disappointing.
I hope her little sister never knows.
Oh, right. My little sister finds out, like, you know what killed your sister? When I stuck it in her.
Well, I meant more just how bad it was.
Oh.
But also probably that.
When I stuck it in her, and also it was terrible.
Okay, so here's the thing.
If
You
this
said,
movie happened nowadays, some boy would walk out of that room and be like, I fucked her so hard I killed her.
You just
turned Winter's Tale into like American Pie.
I turned it into a Zac Efron
and
comedy.
then he's taking her to the room where her 7-year-old sister asked him to take her to bed.
Oh, so that's not where they had sex. I thought they had sex here.
That's what I thought too.
Okay, they had sex in her
I
room.
remember
My bad.
No, but he's doing more thrusting now than he did during the action.
That's actually true. When he's trying to be like, hey, wake up, it's far more action than she got upstairs.
Oh, she's dead, man. Give it up.
Oh, this is awkward for everyone. I like that we gave her a moment of silence last
I know,
session.
really.
I was just thinking.
Sorry, Beverly. We're sorry that you got laid one time and it didn't look that good.
It looked horrible.
Oh, what a sigh.
You would think a handsome rogue would know how to use his penis, right? Isn't
Right?
that like what they're for?
No, that is totally what they're for. That's like, Angie has a weird crush on Adam Levine I don't understand, and I'm assuming that's the only reason why.
Oh my god,
You
I
know-
just love that you get so many diseases.
He's another one with good eyebrows, and he's kind of got like a baby Colin Farrell haircut
You're
going on. 'Cause
right. He does.
It's shaved on the side.
So does this one. She has a.
I said it the other night,
Yeah.
and our promo thing, it's funny because we're under like certain names, and I thought like to myself, just looking at it, I'm like, Kristy should be under Colin Farrell because they have the same haircut.
It's not too dissimilar.
You should be Colin Farrell in this movie for Halloween.
No, I don't give them the spoilers, but I have other plans for Halloween.
And it's not Orphan Black.
We need to do.
I've not seen Orphan Black. My cable provider charges extra, and I am cheap.
You're missing out.
I've heard it's amazing.
It is amazing.
And I should catch up. It's on my to-do list. Oh, man, like, why? Just pump up the saturation ever so slightly. Like, is it all gray because most of it takes place in the past?
It's like even
It's
those
because it takes place
flowers
in the
look
winter.
gray. You know those flowers should be purple.
Yeah, it's just such a, like, the whole movie just feels, like, the colors of the movie feel like they're going,
Well, that's how he feels right now. Look at him.
Look, he's wearing the same outfit he was wearing
I
that
take
night.
it back, guys. It's metaphorical. My hair doesn't look that bad. It is a similar idea. It's short on the sides and long on the top. I get that.
Little did he know how trendy
And if I
it would
parted
be.
it down the middle, it would look like a hot mess. I wonder if there's apparently a cemetery nearby where we're going tomorrow. I wonder if this cemetery, if this is like an actual in New York cemetery. This kind of looks like the cemetery where they shot that episode of Doctor Who that was set in Manhattan.
I don't watch it. I don't know.
Like that may not have actually been set. If anyone knows about Doctor Who stuff, please let me know if this is the same place. That'd be really cool. These girls don't. Bummer. Guys, Doctor Who's really cool.
Okay.
Like Adventure Time.
It is really cool, guys.
We're talking about something more important than either Doctor Who or Adventure Time right now.
You're still lucky we don't talk about TV on our podcast. Except for Sharknado, for which we made special wait, what's that word? Discompensation?
Sure.
Nope.
No, it's
Consumption.
not.
Special consumption.
We made an exception.
No, it's like disconsumption. Oh.
Have we mentioned we've been drinking?
Uh-oh.
Oh. This is the horse fight.
Oh, is this where he headbutts him?
Is this the fakest looking like CG background
This
in
is
this
the
entire
best
movie?
fight ever.
Oh my god.
Did they even have a fight choreographer on the set?
Oh man. I just want to know whose idea headbutt fight was. I just want to know. Because headbutt fight, oh. I feel like they thought it was going to look really tough, and it just looked so silly. So I like this coat though. It's like the one that Christoph Waltz wears in Django and
I
Jake.
just keep imagining all these men that come out like hiding behind little boxes. Like, they're
That
all
horse is
back
like-
there.
Is that horse really that big? I don't know anything about horses. That horse, the white horse seems exceptionally large. Some really telling insight about things.
You don't know how to judge children's ages, and you don't know how to figure
I was
out how
thinking
big horses
exact-
are.
yeah.
I'm not an expert on children's ages or horses.
I think you could still get by.
I do okay. So this has to be CG. They wouldn't have been allowed.
I guarantee you he was
It is
so
CG,
proud of that
yes.
shot. Oh, they were all hiding behind that pillar, too.
Like, this part's kind of neat looking. It looks so staged though. Like it looks
'Cause
like
it
a
is,
set.
yeah.
It is a set, and
Which
it
is a
looks like
problem.
it. You can tell like how CG'd everything is too. Oh, like this looks so CG though, right?
Well, yeah, but I think you almost want this to look CG. You don't. This part looks real, but you don't want it to look like they're torturing a horse.
You want it to look a little bit more like they're torturing a real horse and not like the horse from Tangled.
Headbutt, headbutt, headbutt.
Is this the horse from Tangled? They are the same color. I'm sorry, that's horse racism.
Wow. Wow, Kristy, you can't tell them apart? Oh my god.
I
can't
am-
talk to her anymore.
Should I resign?
Yeah.
That's
Shit. Yeah. No, this is a scandal now.
It's been a good time, guys. And I'm
Kristy
sorry.
can't tell white horses apart.
It's going.
Now she's going.
I'm just gonna do that thing where you make like thudding sounds. Wonka wonka. No, that's not how people walk.
Anyway.
Wonka wonka. That's.
No.
I wish they had given him real wings.
I don't mind the wings.
Right,
Again,
yeah.
not my problem with
I
the
feel like
wing.
wings are wings, you know?
Besides, the whole movie is about like light and whatnot, so it makes sense that his wings are made of light.
Oh.
What makes way less
Here it
sense is
comes.
how difficult it is for Russell Crowe, who is a fucking demon, to kill like an idiot like Colin Farrell.
Especially when guns exist.
Yes, and they're trying. He's like been trying for so many years for so hard to kill him. And
It's
he's
America,
just-
guys. We know how to use guns.
Here it comes. I'm so excited for this.
Headbutt fighting. Those cats were fast as lightning.
I'm not gonna be quick enough.
No.
Oh, fuck me.
That's how that song goes.
I was so close.
You tried to remember.
I was gonna Instagram the headbutt, and I was too slow.
We don't feel like.
You know what? Not fair.
Mark
No.
it down. Headbutt fighting glass
Stop.
of wine. I mean, in case any of you are trying to keep track at home. Are you keeping pace? You should be keeping pace.
He hasn't pulled out that little boat nameplate.
I know.
You
that was-
keep making
I was
his
gonna-
nameplate a metaphor for his penis.
I knew
it just
someone
keeps
was
happening.
gonna say that.
She keeps like he hasn't whipped it out.
The second
I
it dribbled out of my
mean-
mouth, I'm like, shit, I should have taken that back.
The second it dribbles out of
I
her
was-
mouth.
Oh boy! Oh boy! You guys, your head's in a gutter. We're talking about flying
started it.
horses.
Girl, you have been on this, like, hosting the same podcast with me since
It's so
February,
true.
right? Like,
What was
you.
What was that one big thing that you said and we were all like, holy shit?
That I said?
No, that Angie said.
I she's the wild card.
It was like a couple, it was like one of the first times that she said something like really sexually awkward, and we were just like,
Spoiler
holy
alert.
shit.
You were.
When you spoiler alerted your
Oh,
own jump, that did
yeah.
make me laugh.
I just feel like sometimes people
That was it.
stuff and you don't know what's
One
in
person.
there, you know? And that's part of what makes it sexy.
I'm gonna disagree with you on that. I kind of want to know going in generally what to expect, but fine.
Generally, but yeah, you want there to be some twists and turns.
Nope.
No. Maybe I shouldn't be lecturing Colin Farrell about horrible sex, huh?
For the record, if you don't know what we're talking about, that was our Neighbors episode, and you should
Is
definitely
that-
check it out.
Is that what
it was?
episode it was?
It was.
I've been up.
We were
That
talking
cameo.
about that. God damn it.
You know, this should have been our drinking game. Every time he blocks
Alright,
the
everyone
thing.
drink.
Does it count if he walks back across?
Yes.
Okay.
Why not? Catmeo. Yeah.
Cat meow. I was calling it cat cameo.
Look, I'm snapping my fingers. Does that do anything for you? I don't know how cats work. Just pick them up.
He just wants to kind of be in it.
I understand it was to be.
We have changed times. He is a Looney Tune in 2014, drawing red-haired people on floors.
Looney Tune's a technical term. Which
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? Why does he even have other colored chalk? He clearly only needs like 2 colors.
I have another question. If it's been 100 years and he hasn't known who he is the entire time, which is suggested, why is his hair only that long?
Also, why does he
Does
have
he
to
go to the bathroom and does he eat or does he just lay on the sidewalk? And
These
like
are
why?
awesome questions.
And like why now? Why all of a sudden does he like go off and fix this issue
This is
now?
the part where he just like leaves his chalk on the sidewalk. So apparently every time he draws this, he just buys a new pack of chalk. Is what I'm getting from this.
I feel
But we
like
also
it's
have
like
to
the movie
establish-
Triangle where it just like
Like, he
repeats.
does not look especially homeless here, which is confusing.
No, he has a
nice
home. This is
apartment.
his house.
Yeah, he has like a nice apartment with a closet. We're not explaining how he is set up in such a situation. He
That's
doesn't
a
seem to
pretty
know who
trendy
he
looking
is.
shirt he's wearing too.
Yeah, it's just very confusing. And I know this
That's like a nice tuck suit, the top right there too.
it seems all like petty stuff that we're getting caught up in, but because they don't explain it, like, I would believe that, like, maybe his brain resets every 20 years or something, and so he has some sort of crappy job that he doesn't like, and
They're
doesn't.
giving them more credit than I think.
But they don't establish any of this.
He probably
You
wants
should
to
just
help
write
out.
Winter's Tale fanfiction. What he did in those X amount of years.
I'm leaving
He's
with
got another one. He's like the Banksy in this movie. Like he just goes and tags everything.
Oh, is Colin Farrell Banksy?
That's how he's making his money.
Banksy has a lot of money.
No, you're right.
Start
That makes
tweeting
total
Colin
sense.
Farrell is Banksy just to see if it becomes a thing.
That makes so much more sense than most things in this movie.
I like this though. That coat's very well cut. Also, that coat is not like a hobo coat.
Because he has Banksy
What are you
money.
looking at?
He
Right.
doesn't need a
Right.
hobo coat. He has a nice apartment.
No joke.
He's on
This
trendy
movie
clothes.
makes way more sense if he's Banksy. We're unwrapping a lot, guys. We're unpackaging.
All right, you guys.
He had 2 sets of bushy eyebrows. It's
I was
okay.
There's a
I
lot
was
going
saying
on.
the exact same thing. Oh, and then another little, apparently those little girls just go up to Colin Farrell always being like, will you pick me up?
Am I light or heavy? Now, this reminds me of a movie I saw a couple weekends ago called The Portrait of Jenny, which it shouldn't, because that was about a guy who met a girl who she was like, wait until I grow up. And he was like, deal. And then she did, and they had a lovely night together. But then, guys, she was already dead. Oh!
Wait, is this
Spoiler on a
Tale?
movie that is... No, that movie is from 1948, and I'm sorry. I didn't mean to give away the whole thing. I got excited.
Kind of sounds like Winter's Tale.
It does. You should still watch Portrait of Jenny. It's actually really fun to watch. It's like Twilight Zone before Twilight Zone was a thing.
Now they're talking about stars again.
Because everybody in this movie is obsessed with stars.
Here's the thing. In New York, you don't see a lot of stars.
You don't see any stars.
You do in Queens, but I don't know how much in Manhattan.
None. You see skyscraper lights of 5 anchors who are still working at 3 a.m. You see that?
In Queens, do see stars.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Occasionally I see 1 or 2 in Brooklyn.
I like that you're, like, suspicious of this.
I am.
You're like, Puchko's lying,
I feel like
and I
those are.
don't appreciate it.
Are you sure they're not called airplanes flying into LaGuardia? Yes.
I like that you don't think I know what a star looks like. I'm from Pennsylvania. We have stars there. I know what stars look like.
I believe it was stars in Pennsylvania. I don't believe this Queen's office. You guys, I think they're about to show the label. And you said that if you saw it again, you'd have to drink the rest of your glass.
How much is in your glass? This is actually the reason I think you have paper cup.
She's not that much. Cheating.
It's like up to here.
We do need her to drive us somewhere tomorrow.
That is true.
Yeah, this doesn't get you.
Oh,
out of this.
he's definitely gonna.
I got sent.
Take it out.
Actually, I shouldn't say anything.
Oh,
Never mind.
that's it.
Oh, here's the chocolate. Is he
Oh,
eat
it's
it?
chocolate.
I would
No, he
totally
doesn't.
eat that.
He doesn't need it. You would?
I would.
You would eat 100
There it
grams of
is.
chocolate?
There it
I
is.
really like chocolate.
All right.
Woo! Also,
There's no more. I'll pop you some.
calling
I got it.
New York the city of justice, we're being kind of romantic. Ooh.
I don't think anyone calls New York the City of Justice.
Nope.
It's not like a thing.
I
It's not
do.
like the big.
Perri does.
I have it all. I mean, it's on my Facebook profile. I live in the city of justice.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
I'm checking this.
I'm
I'm fact checking Perri right now.
I'm
right
totally-
this
totally
Look, he
kidding.
figured out his name, but then he put a question mark next to it.
Is this my name?
Russell Crowe also has a nice apartment.
Hey guys, I'm not as good on my phone when I've had drinks. Alright. Perri Nemiroff. Oh, freaking mobile. Where would it say that she lives in the city of justice?
I was kidding.
Ah!
I don't really write that.
Fact check fail. But can you imagine how much like stupider this movie would have been if that little plaque said the Big Apple? Fair point. That's a fair point.
That is very, very true.
Oh right, he uses the chocolate as like a fact.
You know,
He takes it around like people take around
this
photos.
is a good
of movies and go, "Have
opportunity
you
to
seen this,
request that this Prosecco company sponsors our podcast.
Yeah, I'm sure. this
If
is
you
the episode
people
of-
are watching us, like we
We're
should do
friends.
business. We should do business. We can help each other out.
I'm pretty sure this is how all sponsorship deals start.
Yes, with people drunkenly being like, you should give us money.
You know what? We might
It needs to become a viral video where I like open it and poke my eye out or something. And then it'll happen.
Now I'm afraid.
Yeah, now I'm afraid too.
Don't kill your cat either.
Oh, it was
God, I
really
would
fun.
I would have
on
this
that
thing
thing.
like chop my own hand off before it would hurt Dewey.
I know.
We're okay, guys. Because
survived.
that company is wonderful, and their product would never take out our eyes.
Good save.
Yep.
Does anybody else
So
want?
it's,
No,
I'm still good.
So what's going on? Is that Kevin Durant?
this
Yeah, it is.
I love him.
Wait, so
think
Kevin
that's it.
Durant is Kevin Corrigan's son or great grandson?
Something like that.
Great grandson.
He's the best.
Yeah, he was great in Cosmopolis.
Cat. He can do anything. Like he can make any crap dialogue sound like either decent or funny.
That was actually the thing when I watched Cosmopolis. I was like,
genuinely
oh, all
funny.
his dialogue is terrible, and I was like, that's the point. It's one of the few times in my life that made sense to me, guys.
He's like the best part of the train.
Oh, now, is this a real library? This has to be a real library.
Oh, they're gonna hug.
Who's gonna hug?
And then like she's gonna go like do the thing, old lady version. No? Oh no, this is
You
the
were like
library
20
part.
minutes away.
Yeah, no,
All right, that's
I thought you meant he was gonna hug that
he's
guy.
like officey looking.
No,
like,
I thought you meant that he was gonna hug that guy. I was
What
gonna
is
they're not
this for
facing the
hugs?
boiler room together. God, Perri.
I just saw the back of Angie, and here's the other thing about our shirts, guys. They have special promos on the back. Look at that.
Yeah.
Whoops. Cat
cat cameo, drink again.
Oh, God. Like, Perri has a new coffee table, and apparently Dewey hasn't figured out that it's just a coffee table yet.
He's looking for something.
So in this, I think he expects that we brought chocolate chip cookies. Which we did.
I want to ask you something. In this scene, does she come across like a woman who has a chicken?
Did she say it?
Not yet. No,
But like when you see her, you're
That's
like,
what
this
Perri's
is a woman
shirt is,
that has
by
a
the way.
chicken.
I would have been so
chicken.
upset if she said it. When did she say it? Because
Like,
I want
much
a picture.
later.
What's on your shirt?
I know, but I want like a picture of like the line when it comes on. It's very
You're being
important.
a real jerk right now.
Does this count as another one, or is it still the same cat?
I think it's
cameo?
still
It depends on how much you want to drink.
Welcome to Dewey's a-hole, guys. This is the scene. Oh, nope, that's the wrong one. Really prepared, guys. Really prepared. Do you have backwards?
I have a chicken. Can I
That's
just see?
actually-
Let me see the image.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
actually when she says it. It's after
I
this
need-
scene.
I need to be ready for it. Okay, it's after that.
Yeah,
All right. I'm ready. I'm
because I
ready.
scrolled. I didn't watch the movie, but I scrolled through just to find some of the images I knew I wanted to use for T-shirts. Which we used. That's just what I guess for sponsors. I'm like, we used Epson iron-on T-shirts, so Epson, if you guys want to sponsor. That was actually what I did last night. My husband and I spent a great deal of time putting
Minetto.
together.
That's what that's called, right? Minetto.
Neonetto.
Mionetto?
Mionetto?
Man.
Oh,
there's
Mionetto.
one
There's an I.
we can't say.
Mionetto.
No.
Whenever I go to the store, I'm like, I just want a Prosecco that's cheap with the orange label.
I mean, up until now, we
By cheap, she means wonderfully cost efficient.
That's
up until now we seem like super classy ladies.
affordable
Cheers
and
for
tastes
that.
awesome.
All right, so
1 second.
go on. Now that we leave the house, in the world's
We're
oldest,
going to that house.
the world's oldest computer.
Do those even exist anymore? Do they still use those, like, what are they called?
Like
the
microwaves?
Yeah.
I guess somewhere they must, but like this looks like a pretty like
Libraries aren't very well funded.
I don't know. This looks like one of those libraries that is well funded. Like it looks like a library that's in like a neighborhood that's full of rich people.
What did her family do again that they're so important that they saved all that shit about them?
Her family?
Well,
Yeah.
they had that huge
They
house.
made
They must have had money.
No, they made that theater or something.
Isn't that like why
Wait,
he like
was that
looks
theater
at the,
hers?
He like and when he like is in the present day, he like looks at a theater and then it's like the same name that's on the chocolate.
I think. Wait.
No, you're right about that, but that's not the name of them. That's just where he took her on New Year's.
Yeah. Wait.
Oh.
Don't
Will
be a
they say what the
detective.
family did though?
Well, I think
Sure.
they actually are a publishing. Like, I think their thing is publishing. All right,
It is
what-
because
what-
that's why what's her face.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
We're missing
All right,
a
I get it.
super significant moment. Where?
He's in an old-timey picture.
Guys,
Guys, another reason Nick Cage should have been in this movie, because he's a historical doppelganger. I've seen it on the interwebs.
So you know it's true.
Meryl's on Kitty Watch. Every time Dewey's walking in front of the screen. Where did Dewey go, by the way?
I don't know.
He's resigned from this podcast, too.
He's had enough.
Oh, this is Jennifer Connelly's like, what's happening here? And you're like, I would also like to know this.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he just says, she's dead. She's long gone.
He didn't love her enough.
Nope.
Nope. Mm-mm. I mean, he figured he's a thief, so like, why can't he just have one life? But it
Again,
didn't work.
To his credit, Colin Farrell does sell that he is very strict.
This is it. This is the scene. I was not that far behind.
You were pretty far behind.
No,
Like 10
like 5
minutes ago.
minutes. 5 minutes.
What is her name? Gamely?
Yeah, Virginia Gamely.
That doesn't sound like a real name. Is that a real name?
Ah.
Sometimes.
Eva Marie
Sure.
Saint. Get
Hey,
it.
hey.
She is sassy as all get out, guys.
Wait, does Colin Farrell pick her up when she's
No,
old?
she totally does that. I'm telling you.
But does he pick her up though?
No, they cut away.
Oh.
To spare her dignity. Chocolate with whipped cream. Did she just order a milkshake?
Yeah. Or something.
Damn.
Dude, when you're that old, why
No,
the fuck not?
for real. I want to be like Eva Marie Saint. Eva Marie Saint also told us at the press conference that her and Farrell hooked up because she's hilarious and amazing.
She was all over him during that press conference.
Yeah,
They
they
didn't blame her.
Look at this performance, though. Just
Someone
look
asked
at it.
if Jessica Brown Finley and Colin
Oh!
Farrell like flirted during the movie or whatever. Like, did you guys feel real love? And like Eva Marie Saint's like, we did. I was like, yeah.
I guarantee you there are takes where he did pick her up.
I'm sure
Cat cameo.
I'm sure he whipped out the City of Justice flag
Here,
all
don't
the
forget.
time.
These
Oh,
are.
shit.
There we
Hey,
go.
girl,
That's
you got
all
the
the
drink.
rules.
Cat cameo.
I will. I just want to say that these are.
You all have to drink, too.
Mm.
Meryl, you have to drink.
Who hangs their pictures like that?
Dewey,
Eva Marie
seriously.
Saint.
It's like half of
Like,
the
I know
wall.
you're pretending you don't know what's happening, Dewey, but I know you know.
Is that like a thing, actually, when you hang newspapers?
So, you guys-
that makes sense.
Do you think that this is a comment on the American economy that a woman who is like over 100 years old still needs to hold down a day job as an editor-in-chief?
I wish it were that deep.
But maybe it is.
I don't think anybody thought through the age thing very
Well,
well.
because I think the book came out in the 80s, and they just, like, this
Yeah,
was
30 years ago when it
And
made
like
way
they
more
just made
sense.
it 2014
It would've-
without thinking
It would have
twice.
made more sense than being like, oh yeah, she's 102, but she's still like running effectively the equivalent of the New York Times. Like Jill Abramson can't keep a job. Is that the right name? Yeah. Like she can't keep a job just for being lady. But like this lady, she's basically kind of like, oh, Dewey, don't step on my tripod. You're stressing me out. I'm sorry, you can't. That's not cool.
Here, give me that.
Thank you.
Dewey.
You are not meant to have a cat.
I'm starting to
No.
feel like you don't appreciate Akiva Goldsman's vision at all, Dewey.
I worked around dogs. They never do this. They don't get on my laptop.
Yeah, I can't
It's
do it.
okay.
They're worse.
It's okay.
I love my
I genuinely just don't know. Like, it just makes me nervous.
Come here.
We're still broadcasting, right? Can you
Yeah.
guys see us?
Yeah, they're fine. It says there. Because it still says stop broadcast, so we're good.
You are a needy little
Oh,
motherfucker.
there was... Angie, that was your shirt.
Oh, we missed it?
Well, technically, when she says the line I put on your shirt, it's just her. So I used that one because I thought it was funnier because they're staring out the window. But that's the image from your shirt. Which is, Let me grab it and then you can...
I also like how this 100-plus-year-old woman is like She's like completely unfazed by the fact
I was gonna
that
say
Colin
the
Farrell
same thing.
is-
She's like, oh yeah, you were just meant to do something 100 years later. No big
Which,
deal.
for the record, she's been working in newspapers, so in theory, facts and real things are her life. But she's still totally okay with this guy just popping out of nowhere and being like, "Oh yeah, we're totes still friends."
You make a good point about why we shouldn't believe anything her terrible paper says. Here we go.
That's Angie's tea.
Mm-hmm.
I did a test run of all of the iron-ons we put on our shirts, so if anybody out there super wants one, let me know.
Meryl should get an honorary one.
Yeah, we should. Meryl, let us know if you have a preference. I like chicken, or I have a chicken. I like pecans, or the shot of the picture of the redheaded girl while the redheaded girl's in the background.
That's the most ridiculous stuff.
I can't believe it's a real thing that happened in this movie.
Can you imagine if he walks on the street and then he gets hit by a car, like in Mean Girls?
I would have loved
I
it.
just watched something. Oh, that happened in Wetlands. It was a fantasy sequence, but it
Yeah.
happened in Wetlands. That was the one sequence I explained to my mom to kind of explain to her how the humor worked, and she was so grossed out.
Oh, wait.
Get him out. Here it comes. Here it comes.
My phone. I can't put Dewey down. She's gonna say it. Yeah. I've got a chicken. I've got a chicken. That is really one of the most nonsensical pieces of dialogue I've ever heard in
What
my
this
life.
means is that Colin Farrell spent the rest of his day running up and down 12th Street in Manhattan, knocking on doors,
Trying
being
not
like,
to be weird about it.
yeah, knocking on doors, being like, do you by any chance have a chicken? Like, he says to her later, you're the only family on 12th Street with this name. But 12th Street is long, guys. In case you've never been to New York City, which, fine, whatever. It reaches from Alphabet City the whole way to what, like 12?
It crosses all of Manhattan, literally.
And like Manhattan, like avenue blocks are not like your normal suburban blocks. Because I grew up on suburban blocks. They're tiny and manageable. They're crazy long, which means that he would have to spend hours,
Yeah, and like every building has like 8 people living in it.
if not more. And the other thing is, we're not good about updating with that little buzzer because you don't really want people to know your last name necessarily.
He was her
You know what, though? Maybe that was
her miracle.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys, we're figuring it out. I
You
really
know,
thought we did this.
Here's a good question. Why does he want Colin Farrell dead so badly? Like, what is he going to get out of
That's
it?
what I wondered like the entire movie.
Well, okay, because he just says right now, I want him dead. So I don't think he says I want him dead so badly, but something like
I think
that.
it's that. Okay, so Colin Farrell, it's kind of confusing who raised him. He mentions at one point Perri, but then he
Yeah.
has like the Native American friend that I don't know what happened. Anyway,
Well, he mentions Perri, but then in the movie that we see, you never get the impression that they've had some sort of relationship.
one flashback of baby being picked up by Perri would have been helpful.
That's true. That's true.
Pacific Rim did that.
Word.
Yeah.
Word. This is the second time Pacific Rim's come in. And you know what? That's not a great movie, but it does a better job.
It's
than
fun.
It is a fun movie. I like that movie, but like,
I'm totally imagining a Winter's Tale Pacific Rim crossover. That fan fiction you can send to me. I want to read it.
so, okay. But here's my thinking of why Perli Song is so angry at Peter Lake. I don't think he raised Peter Lake, but I think when Peter Lake was like a child and was probably doing Newsies-style situations where he was being sort of illegal, he was like, I like what you got going on, kid. You're slick and good at stealing things. Be my protege. And Peter Lake was like, yes, not realizing that meant become a demon. But then they had, that's the part where his haircut changed. I just want to point that out, that now the second haircut changed. This one, Perli Soames, had stripes in the back of his head, which apparently means you're a demon.
By the way, does Colin Farrell know
Watch
Russell
out for
Crowe's
the
a demon? Because I
starlight.
feel like that's not clear.
It's not clear. Okay, I don't think that Peter Lake left Perli Soames' employ because he knew he was a demon. I think he just didn't like the way he behaved because there's a conversation about he's like he would seal the ring.
Fan
but not cut off
fiction
the finger.
opportunity right here.
And so I think Perli is angry because he was grooming Peter to become a demon. Because I'm assuming that's
She's
something
got
that
the
can happen.
chicken.
That doesn't even
Oh.
look good though.
Hey!
You know what it
Enough.
looks like? It looks like when you watch like old versions of A Christmas Carol and they're like, we could only afford this tiny swamp. And like the whole sad family.
There
has to
are
be
no,
family
no, no.
of two.
You guys, everyone drink. Kristy just attempted a British accent. That means
So
you
the rule
you
is-
most of all, Kristy.
Accent the boat nameplate and cat cameos.
Yeah. Oh God.
We are not going to make
We
it to
might
the
get
Winter
sued
Steel
for
House
this.
tomorrow.
There's so many like weird things going on.
There's Dunkin' Donuts.
But you know what I like about this?
That's true
Oh,
life.
Drake, City of Justice.
I think it is the whole glass.
I'm really kicking myself.
Oh,
I didn't put
no.
City of Justice on one of our shirts.
That's fun.
I do like that she has 3 different flavored ice creams because that's my kind of one.
I
love
kind of
ice
said
cream.
that earlier
So much shit
jokingly.
for that.
What, for having a ton of ice cream in your fridge?
Yes, you looked at my fridge and gave me so much shit.
Well, you know what? You pluck your eyebrows too much. So
I think at the time I legit had like 8 different flavors of ice cream. There was a sale, guys. There was a sale. It couldn't go bad.
Uh-oh,
No.
bad guys are coming.
things are happening.
We must fly out of this apartment on a horse.
That Henley is so last season.
Are you kidding? He looks good in it.
I was kidding. It looks fine. It's kind of transparent. I'm kind of into it. Oh my God, guys! Reveal! The stupid finger painting was never Beverly.
Wait, what?
Abby has
You're
red
right.
hair.
Are you really figuring that out now?
No,
Also, by the
I
way-
saw it before.
Also, can we also talk about
And
that?
all of a sudden,
Abby
like,
has
then
red
they-
I
hair.
was so joking.
I've never thought of that since I've seen it, but yeah, then
I
they rub
think
it.
of it
They
every
kind of
day.
rub it in your face after.
He says Abby has red hair, but in that scene where he's looking at her, 90% of what he sees is the red scarf. So if she's wearing the blue scarf, they may never have noticed.
Sure.
What would they have done
Peter
if they
Link is
made
not
had
as
a blue
emotionally
scarf?
bright.
Would have been like, or like a black one, like octopus ink. You'd have to like squeeze an octopus.
I don't
You
know.
squid.
It's very
Octopuses
elaborate.
don't have ink.
Yeah, whatever, squid.
If it was blue, they would
Guys, I'm practically a biologist.
If it was blue, they would have had to kill the robots from the World's End.
Yeah,
Semi-spoilers. Yeah.
and green.
Oh, or
We need to
wait.
make sure we cover the whole
Boogers.
rainbow. Oh.
You could have said grass stains.
Or
Any Tide commercial in all of history.
Or
I-
grass stains.
I will pay a lot of money to see Russell Crowe.
Oh my God. I would legit be really happy for someone to make a fan video of just drawing that picture with boogers. Guys, I sat through wetlands. I can handle that. Please make that happen.
I'm sorry. I like judge for wetlands, and I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes the things I say are so much more gross to me.
Yeah, but the fact is, like, you say them, you don't do them.
No, I don't
Wetlands
do
does
that.
them all.
I love wetlands. I make no apologies. I'm genuinely curious to see what my
See,
top 10 list is going to look like
That's a
right
good blood drawing. Go
What
Google the Sinister poster. That's a good blood drawing.
now. Don't refer to things off camera. That's so shady.
I said to Google it. It's like
You did.
the poster for the movie.
I would pick up the laptop, guys, but at this point I've had a couple of glasses. I'm going to leave my laptop where it is. Oh, Perry's going to grab the thing off the wall.
Done.
That.
This Russell Crowe is
That's
a
how
good.
you draw
That is a
faces
good
in blood.
blood painting.
Yeah, that's like an actual character that you can recognize later in the movie. Not something that's so generic that
That's
100
actually
years
true.
apart, everyone thinks that anyone that has a red stuff on their head
But
is possibly that
It
person.
really
For the
actually.
record, we also had wings Rogan, but I want them to be real wings.
Did we say we're gonna drink for wings?
No, I just want to point out that wings come on this freaking horse, and like maybe now he actually realizes it's flying instead of just jumping incredibly. Maybe Peter Lake doesn't understand how horses work, so until this point he legit thought it was jumping. It's unclear how intelligent Peter Lake is. We're not talking educated. He's not educated.
Can we talk about the people who work in these high rises? They must have had the best fucking Instagrams that night.
My assumption is you saw that, thought you were stoned, and then chose not to broadcast it because you were like, nope.
If you were in my apartment, you would see that and just like think it was Times Square lights and whatever.
That's true.
No big deal.
I'm actually kind of surprised you can't see just crazy party lights going on here.
Well,
because that's-
I could see in the reflection of the TV actually.
That's true.
All right.
Perry lives in really hip neighborhoods.
With a nightclub right over there.
So now they're upstate, which is good for them because Russell Crowe needs...
Because we're gonna be there tomorrow.
And also because Russell Crowe needs like special permission to go upstate.
I wonder
which
if
is, like, the
anybody
most
has a
hilarious thing
quote
I've ever
on
heard,
this
by the way.
thing.
Just
Well, like,
No.
okay, so being a demon, What are the advantages?
None that I can tell. You live for a really long time, but you have to play with stupid stones and
And you can never, ever, ever leave Manhattan.
I think he can go to the other boroughs. He just can't go upstate.
Maybe he can vacation, but he can't do
because
evil
they are on the
business.
Brooklyn Bridge.
No,
Like, he actually take a day trip to Connecticut.
Oh, I don't know.
But you can drive on ice.
Popcorn and Prosecco, asking the important questions.
You can.
This is
drive
the
on
point in the movie where we get a car commercial.
Right.
Oh my god, it is a car
It is a
It
car
is a car
commercial.
commercial.
Not a good one, though, because you
No.
typically don't want to see what happens next.
No, you don't want to. Do you remember in
These cars are super sweet. Now they're nice.
Do you remember in Eternal Sunshine of the Sleepless Mind when they're like
Spotless.
What did you
when
say?
they're sleepless? I meant spotless. When they're walking on
Eternal
ice.
Sunshine and the Sleepless in Seattle.
I'm trying to make an important point here. Do you remember when they're like walking on the ice and they're being so tentative because they're like, what if it breaks? But these people have no qualms about sending like several tons of cars over the ice.
Maybe. Nope.
Is the ice within their jurisdiction? Is that how it works?
I was gonna say maybe they don't know what ice is like because they live in New York City. But guys, again, Portrait of Jenny should be a companion piece. There's a scene in Portrait of Jenny where people skate. You know the park at the bottom of Central Park? There's a scene in Portrait of Jenny where people legit skate on it.
You know that they're skating rinks in Central Park now, also.
There are skating rinks, but not people don't skate on the lake now.
Oh, no.
That would be crazy. But they did that. So, you know, these guys should know how ice works, is what I'm saying. Or maybe they've never seen Portrait of Jenny or gone ice skating because demons aren't into that. I don't know.
You know what else is
been
really
around-
bad about
that
this
wasn't
scene is that it looks like it's lit by car lights.
Like,
Oh my god.
I think just really by the
Maybe
car
that was
lights.
supposed to be the idea, but there's like a big bright moon. That should have been the concept. Here's horse with wings.
Big
I want that to be
wings.
real wings.
no, I like the light
They're like,
wings.
in case you're not actually watching
CG
this,
horse.
they're like fluttery nonsense LED light wings.
light wings.
Bye-bye cars.
I like the light wings.
I just
How did you guys not think of this?
Bye-bye cars and like half of Pearlie's men too, actually.
So is that how we're driving there tomorrow on a lake?
Oh God, Perri. I don't know. She's been drinking. She might actually take us over a
We
lake.
have not questioned
Let's
this.
judge
This is
her.
on-
Is there a lake anymore? I have a Mini Cooper. It could probably float, right? That's like a thing.
I think we're fine. I think we're fine.
I feel like they probably thought about their.
Why
cars were
don't
gonna float.
any of his men try to swim to the surface?
Lazy, bored.
That's stupid.
Demons
tired of
that don't
living.
float. I don't know. Again,
Wow, what a-
Akiva, we would have liked to have had some clarity.
Colin Firth is wearing that Henley.
Or clarity.
and his hair is also especially floppy right now.
More floppy means better acting.
He just missed that punch.
At
Like
least
you
they're
saw him miss the punch.
At least they're fighting with their fists now and not headbutt fighting. Like, I respect that.
You would
evolved.
think a fucking demon would know better ways to kill someone than headbutt them, right?
I think this is supposed to seem brutal, but it just seems like really bad stage combat.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Sweep the leg! Sweep the leg! I like that I keep assuming no one else actually rented this and is just watching us to watch it. Which if you are, man, I feel like that's fine.
And she's just sitting there doing nothing. Like if you were watching someone that you're even just friends with getting beaten to death, wouldn't you like try to punch the other guy?
No,
she
not in this
has a
situation.
cancer kid in her arms who
You-
is of an indeterminate
Who's
age.
like sleepy right now? Just put the cancer kid in the snow and go punch him.
A, I don't think that's what you do with cancer kids. And B, she barely knows the fucking guy.
To be
Why
fair,
would she fight with this like obvious mobster? Like if I were her, I wouldn't even be there anymore. I'd be like, oh, I didn't see
I don't
that.
think I
I'm just
could
going
watch
to the room
someone
now.
getting like beat
Point
the
of
shit out
clarification,
of like
Angie, how
that.
much do you know about cancer kids?
So much. Do you know how many Laura Lee McDaniel books I read as a
I feel like
child?
we should
Well, I was
have
gonna
a
say, I watched a
doctor
lot of
guest
Disney
star
Channel
on
as
the
a kid, and
show.
they did a lot of stuff on cancer.
I watched The Fault in Our Stars.
Uh-oh. There it is again. There it is again.
What was the City of Justice happen?
Yes.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
It was all bloody in his hand.
I legit did not remember it showed up so much.
Sorry, we were talking about cancer kids.
So
watched it an hour
wait.
That was a terrible idea.
Curly is dead. How did that happen? Did he just stab him with
He
City of
stabbed-
Justice?
yeah.
the City of Justice.
Yeah.
And that just kills him because why?
Because he's a demon that has the least special powers of any demon we've ever
Because the powers of New York City, City of Justice work outside the bounds of New York City?
Can we? Okay, first of all,
Or because he just dies like a human because what's-his-face was like, you know, you guys are even and whoever wins the fight.
Yes, but is being stabbed by a placard that is that big that much a concern?
Apparently.
Doctors? Please
So
weigh
I
in.
said we should have a doctor on this show.
I'm
one
sorry,
time.
I've been ignoring my phone.
little girl to the special bed that is made up in the Winterfell mansion.
Because the princess bed for life eternal and kisses.
Yep.
So that when someone is a kid, they grow up obsessed with this movie and they're like, I want a Winterfell bed.
So as far as I can tell, the powers that
Please think your child a Winterfell bed.
No.
Oh.
Please have a child expressly to give it a Winterfell bed.
Could you imagine having a child that was obsessed with this movie? That would scare me.
I'm gonna have a
Don't fuck this one to death, Colin Farrell.
Oi! Oi!
Angie is the wild card. She's the rose. You're the rose. Rose is the one that said random weird shit. You're the rose. Perri, you need to catch up. How have you not seen Golden Girls is insane to me.
I think I'm too young.
I'm a fucking hag. And Perri
Well,
hasn't seen
it's
Golden
because,
Girls.
like, when I was of the age where I was watching Nick at Night, it was, like, the same, it was, I love,
also on, like, Lifetime, like, all the time.
but I never watched Lifetime. If shit wasn't on Nick at Night, I probably didn't watch it.
You
I watched a lot of
What's
I Love
crazy-
Lucy,
wait.
Laverne and Shirley.
You guys.
Did you
Bewitched.
say that Betty White should be in this movie? What is your Betty White touchstone?
Just
Is
not
it-
Golden Girls.
Is this a Snickers commercial?
No, like I was
Yeah,
That's
she's,
your
the,
Betty
she's the
White
one from the
commercial?
Snickers. I know who she is.
She's from The Proposal.
Yeah, that's where all I care about is that fucking rain dance she did in The Proposal. That's what I know of Betty White.
My mind is shattered that you don't know Betty White from Golden Girls.
I do not.
So
I
this
do
is the
not.
part where we start to piece together that what happened is that Downton Abbey had to die so that Colin Farrell could continue to live, so that he could, and then like the pecan lady also had to continue to live, also that this little girl with cancer could live.
Oh, Christ. Meryl just told me Dewey licked my glass. Dewey, gross.
How did he lick your glass?
Apparently it was on camera and I didn't notice.
You know what? Maybe you should cosplay Wetlands and not give a shit. She is no more special than any of us. That is
What,
correct.
Internet?
I mean, cats clean themselves. That's basically a toilet now.
Yep.
So gross.
So this is the part where we get to the theme of the movie. No, everyone, listen. Theme of the movie. This is it.
And sometimes when you're just lucky enough to see it. What were his saying?
I don't know, some shit about miracles.
This movie tells us more about some shit
It
about
is a little
miracles than we ever
distracting
knew.
that there's a busy highway behind him.
Beverly Penn, so that's her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that wasn't the name of the theater.
She had to die so that Colin Farrell could continue to live.
Horse Winnies.
So that he could save the cancer kid with the red hair.
So her miracle
Cancer
is...
ginger.
Oh, wait.
Look, Horse's hair
changed.
grew too. He's got bangs now.
So Beverly's miracle is that she loved Colin Farrell so much that he couldn't die, right? And then his miracle is that he had a chicken once with the mom of like the
You're
girl
not
that was
wrong.
dying of cancer. And apparently having chicken with someone's family is the same thing as loving them so much they'll never die, because he was like, I had so much chicken with you, you'll never die.
Having chicken sounds like it could be dirty.
Oh, that's a saying inappropriate.
I'm catching up.
No life is more important than any other.
And yet, so many people had to die for this one fucking cancer.
Here's the
to live.
thing.
Wait, what if we were all part of a great pattern that we may someday under... What was the line that was like, what the
It's
fuck at the
kinda-
end?
It's something like, you might wonder why the hell all this had to happen to save a 6-7-year-old redhead.
Yeah.
I take issue with the idea that this 7-year-old redhead is so important to the world that Colin Farrell had to live 100 years having no home. Look, like, I mean, he had a place where he hung his hat, but he clearly didn't have friends or contact. Like, there was like no way of him having anything else. We made it, guys.
The movie ended.
But like, okay, so Colin Farrell had
Hold on, we need to have a moment for the movie ending.
Oh,
Written for the screen,
produced
produced
and
and
directed
directed
by
by
Akiva
Akiva
Goldsman. Legit, thank you, Akiva.
Yeah.
I have to say, this is not a good movie, but it is a movie that I have enjoyed enough that I have been talking about since
Anyone else want to just like rewatch it right now? Because
A little bit.
Oh my god. Guys, truly, the beginning and the end.
Interest.
No, Dewey doesn't give a shit.
Dewey's gonna destroy my computer.
He's
if it
fast
is up.
asleep.
He does have like, oh, he is sleeping. Guys, trust me.
Cat sleeps.
Sleepy cat eyes are like this.
While they're sitting up.
I love Kristy's saying this, like, everyone on the internet who already has a cat is like, yeah, I know.
Guys, I'm allergic. I don't give a shit about cats.
There's
Your
hairless
husband is
cats.
so cat-like, though. We would think you'd know by now.
And he loves cats.
He does. It's both those things. It is the great travesty of our marriage that I am allergic to cats, and he loves them so much. He actually refers to you two as Dewey and Roger's owners.
That's okay.
Well, that was our hashtag for Angie's wedding.
We refer to him as Kristy's cat, so it's fine.
I doubt he'll watch all this. I'll just be like, did you have fun? I'll be like, yeah, we did. It was fun. Yeah, look, that was nice. Kevin Corrigan and Kevin Dorrance shared
they get
a
the little title
title
card
card.
too.
So I've had this long-running theory that there are very few attractive Kevins.
Kevin Durant is
That
officially
sounds
my
true.
favorite Kevin.
Okay, confession moment. The first boy I ever asked out was named Kevin.
He's probably horrible.
I'm gonna agree with you because he turned me down. I don't remember his last name, so you're lucky, Kevin something. I don't remember. Really cute. He was. I don't know.
Kevin isn't the least attractive to me. I'm so sorry if any of you viewers are Kevins. You are the exception to the rule. You're a wonderful, incredibly handsome person.
No, there
Keep
has to be
listening to
a-
us.
Wait, who's like a... Obviously, we don't know all you Kevins. This is getting weird, but bear with us. So who's a famous Kevin that's attractive? There has to be some... Wait, wasn't there a Kevin in Entourage? But he wasn't very cute.
Yeah,
Kevin
Kevin,
Conley?
yeah.
Fine.
No.
Because
He's
he's
okay.
short.
He kind of looks like he would give you an STD that you could get over really quickly.
Kevin.
He is not the most ugliest person I've ever seen. It's fine. It's fine. I
hope he's not watching
I'm looking
tonight.
up Kevin.
He was having a fine Friday, and then we just started... It's probably Entourage. It's probably not.
Kevin Bacon.
I legit had a Kevin Costner crush circa Robin Hood, because that was a guy butt on screen that was very exciting.
There are other guy butts. You have one like
Kevin Kline. No, I legit had a crush on
Kevin
Kevin Kline
Kline.
for a very long time.
We need
No,
to talk
now-
about Kevin.
See, exactly.
We need to
They're
talk about
serial
Kevin.
killers.
Kevin McAllister.
Oh no, not okay.
Why is Zach and Miri making porn outside now?
I don't know. Maybe there's something in it.
Do you guys know cute Kevins? Text us.
If you're a cute Kevin, text us some,
Text us a selfie.
PG-13 pic.
PG-13.
That sounds like
Not
a
R-rated.
good time call.
Abs, nothing that could get wiki leaked.
Yeah, nothing that hackers want to expect.
Not just hackers, gross, skeevy hackers. Let's call things what they are.
Sure. But yes.
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
Meryl agrees. Costner. Kevin Costner
Hey.
is an attractive Kevin. I'm gonna say he, in his prime, Kevin Costner is a pretty sweet Kevin. Legit, for my 14th No. For a birthday, I went to see Waterworld with friends. And it was not a great
Do you
decision.
remember
Can we
that
talk about,
came out?
okay, have you guys seen Cabin in the Woods?
Of course.
So do you know how like on the board they have all these like terrible things
Yeah.
that could attack them?
There's a-
One of them is called Kevin. It's just
No.
a guy named Kevin.
No, that's true. I thought it was
actually
supposed to be like a
true.
Michael Myers / Jason reference, where it's just a guy with a random
That's
name.
so
who's like
funny.
A mixed
I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
You know, I'm
Kevin.
surprised that you never noticed, because I've looked at that picture of the board a lot. Like,
Yeah,
too
no,
much.
there's
I'm
one on
like
there
worried
that's
that
just
I'm gonna
Kevin.
hear from some Kevin I went to school with or something who's gonna be like, "How dare you?" And for the record, if there was a Kevin I went to school with, I'm not thinking about you.
Again, if you're one of our listeners, I'm sure you are so hot. You deserve to be people's sexiest man
We
alive.
kind of demand that all our listeners be super good looking. So.
No, that's not what I mean. Oh god, I'm fucking this up. If you're Kevin, you're listening to us, you have incredible taste in women, and you're so attractive to us.
Forget
Other
Prosecco.
Kevins, fuck you. You're probably horrible.
I kind of want to tally. I'm 3 glasses of wine in. Where are you two at?
I lost count.
There is a Kevin. It's Kevin. It's funny because almost every single one is like, you know, like giant dash, giant
Right.
snake, Hellor dash, and then they give an explanation and the person who plays it, it's just like Kevin dash and then it's blank.
Right. It's probably Kevin from We Need to Talk About Kevin, because Kevin.
Was there like a Kevin on True
Great
Blood or
movie.
something? We don't have anyone but like crazy sexy people on True Blood. And then
Kevin,
there's
yeah.
Andy.
I haven't watched True Blood since like halfway
I
through
just
season
didn't
1.
watch the last season. Kevin Hart, he's fine.
He is funny.
He's not unattractive. I like
Name
him.
right, but Kevin Zegers, the kid that was in Mortal Instruments, he's freaking good
I
looking.
didn't see Mortal
And he's
Instruments.
in Frozen. Like not the happy movie Frozen, but the scary movie Frozen,
Oh, wait,
which
I
I love.
He doesn't look like the moose at all.
I legit
He's
started.
nice
Wait,
looking.
I legit started the horror movie Frozen
He's
accidentally.
a good looking Kevin, though.
Wait, is
Sure.
this the
He's the kid from Frozen.
Here,
He's
guys,
nice.
we're gonna. This is from Frozen.
That is a nice
not the
looking
Disney
Kevin
one.
right
Yeah,
there.
No, he's a nice looking Kevin. Cheers to you, Kevin. What's his face?
Zegers?
He's probably
Zegers.
Jewish because his name's Kevin. I'm so sorry, Kevin, to girl bar our listeners.
That's the thing. Like my sister, and I won't get super into it because you guys probably whatever. She probably would respect her privacy, but my sister's having a baby and she's not telling anyone the name, which is probably a good idea because people have a lot of thoughts. And like, this is exactly.
It'd be
it.
funny if she named it Kevin.
Well, it's a girl, so probably not.
That'll be like
I
a
don't
new.
know if I'm allowed to
That'll
say
be
that.
like a new trend, though. Kevin as a girl.
Kevin is a girl.
Yeah. At this point.
I can see
I'm
it.
just gonna say right now, if you guys name your children Kevin, I'm gonna find them unattractive. It's fine.
Okay, thanks the Lindenhurst shit.
Yeah.
Lyndhurst.
The Lindenhurst.
Oh.
That's where we're going
I'm
tomorrow.
still from Long Island. Isn't Lindenhurst in Long Island?
No, it's upstate.
I know.
Where Russell Crowe is not allowed to go.
Legit,
Yeah.
all I know about this place is that it is 40 minutes from New York City, and that
And that Russell Crowe's not allowed to go.
All
there.
I know is I'm gonna look up an address and plug it in my GPS.
If Perri starts driving over the ice, that means she's a demon and we should kill her with fire.
Or just wait until my car sinks in the water and then I don't know.
or just change her haircut.
Alright, I
and
think that's it though.
no problem.
Credits are over.
Oh,
Look, we even get a gray Warner Brothers thing.
it's like a
after all
CBS
that.
on Warner Brothers.
You want
All
to
right.
wrap up, Chris?
I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Oh my, well, that's not really it because it continues tomorrow. So we're doing our
We'll do
trip
bonus
tomorrow, and then
Yeah.
when can people expect the episode?
We haven't figured that out.
Yeah,
That's what we filmed.
We'll turn
share
it
with
around
you.
quickly.
Tomorrow we're going on a field trip to the house where Beverly and her lover go, Peter Lake.
Have sexy times.
And we might have sexy times. No. I'm sorry. No, I shouldn't joke about that.
I was
That's
gonna
not
say,
true.
like, I mean, we're taking 2 guys, but I doubt that that's gonna happen.
I'll say Wale.
Perri will say Wale. We'll make that happen.
We
So,
will make that happen.
We're gonna wear our t-shirts again. We're gonna go spread the gospel of Winter's Tale, and we're gonna go to Lindenhurst. Is that what it's called?
Lyndhurst.
Lindenhurst.
Wait,
No,
but
N.
like Lindenhurst is Long Island.
But it's not on Long Island.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
We're going-
Lyndhurst and Lindenhurst are 2 different places.
We'll post
Yes.
stuff and we'll
Okay.
explain where this place is, so if you actually have an interest in going, you can go. I'm legit excited. It's our first popcorn
Right.
Prosecco road trip.
I'm gonna see if I can bone someone to death there. I'm so excited.
What?
I don't think Glenn
Wait,
and
is that
Daniel
not
are
why
watching,
we're
but
going?
Glenn and Daniel, if you are watching, look out.
Wait, I thought that was the whole point of this trip.
We had not actually established like a mission statement, so you could not be wrong.
Watch out, fellas.
Angie Han is coming.
Oh, yes I am. Anyway, sorry.
Goddamn. All right, I think that's it. I think we've
Yeah.
done everything we can do with Winter's
Thank
Tale.
you guys for joining us again. If you want to keep following along, we're all on Twitter. We should probably throw out our handles just so people can follow us tomorrow.
Our podcast is at Popcorn Prosecco. I'm at Kristy Puchko.
I'm at AJHAN.
And I'm at P. Nemiroff. Follow us. Continue. You know what? Continue to use the Winter's Tale, the
Winter's Tale
rewatch hashtag for tomorrow, because we'll put that on anything we post tomorrow, so you can still see it.
We'll probably Instagram and stuff. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't know what to expect. I think it'll be fun.
I don't know either.
If you have any good pictures of Dewey interrupting our broadcast, please send them
Let's
our
see
way.
it.
We would love
And
to
if
see
you
them.
have any hot Kevins, send them to us also. That's
Oh,
important.
for real.
I love this.
And if
Yeah,
you have any
good.
connections to this Prosecco company, let them know we're looking.
Let them know how classy
We
we
want a sponsor.
We appreciate a fancy yet affordable beverage.
And drink it out of paper cups.
I'm drinking out of a cup.
That's good. That right there. I mean, how could they not want us?
Yeah. Anyway, good night, everyone.
Thanks for having
Thank
us, guys.
you.
Thank you for spending your Fridays with us. Enjoy yourselves and
Bye.
peace out.